Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to tonight's ZodWriter live from the couch. This is an exciting episode because with me tonight, co-hosting and going to be sharing in my discussion is my good friend ConsoleFanboy. And because this is a topic that is near and dear to my heart, I felt it necessary to really dive in because I was really getting upset. And you know, ConsoleFanboy, you understand how this is. When a bunch of YouTubers come around and they start talking all kinds of trash about stuff for no reason, and it's like you just want to clarify things, you know?
Hold on. Why is my oh, I'm hearing a lot of echo on my part.
Yeah, let's see here.
Oh wow, man. That's crazy. I don't know what's going on. I'm so sorry.
All right. Let's see.
I don't know. I'm like, I can hear you fine, but yeah, then I hear because I'm on my iPad, and so it's really crazy.
Oh, maybe that's why, because the speaker is coming in through the
yeah. How was that? Say something?
That's why you can hear it echoing because you're on your iPad. So like the speaker from your iPad is coming through.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
On top of your crazy. What do you call it? But
when I talk, do you hear an echo at all, or no?
No, I'm not hearing an echo. I'm just hearing the show, like the show in the background.
Yeah, see, that's awful. I'm so sorry.
That's okay, dude. But what I wanted to, but the main thing I wanted to.
This is horrible. I'm so sorry, man. I don't know what to do. Maybe you can talk, and then I can come back on like from another. Let me use the phone. Maybe I'll use the phone.
Okay, you're gonna leave and come back.
I'll be back. Yep.
You got the link, right? You're good.
Yep.
Okay. Oh, well, there goes the. There went the echo. Oh, wait a second. Oh. All right. Well, ConsoleFanboy is going to be back, so we'll return to him later. But no, the main topic here was that I wanted to bring up the fact that Unico is getting a lot of bad remarks from people who are complaining, saying, "Oh, the MVSX has bad buttons and sticks," but yet they continue to buy one-up machines at really expensive prices, and one-up uses the same buttons and sticks that they've been using since they started producing home arcades. So it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense to attack Unico and say that Unico has bad buttons and sticks when in reality and the MVSX has better buttons and sticks than Arcade 1-Up. And that's my personal opinion. I know that a lot of this stuff is subjective, but I mean, my God, bad buttons and sticks is bad buttons and sticks. And there was one particular YouTuber who put out a video earlier this week where they specifically mentioned the MVSX having bad buttons and sticks. But here's the funny part about this video that this person put out. He doesn't even have an MVSX. He's never played an MVSX. He's going off of what he heard from other YouTubers that have said the MVSX has bad buttons and sticks. How do you make that determination that something has bad buttons and sticks just off of what people are saying that you haven't tried it yourself? Now, I've actually owned Arcade 1-Up machines in the past, and I've owned Arcade 1-Up machines, and I know what kinds of buttons and sticks are included in Arcade 1-Up machines. And we all know that Arcade 1-Up machines don't have the best buttons and sticks, but they're serviceable and they get the job done. But when you got these YouTubers coming out saying that the MVSX has bad buttons and sticks, I want to know what kind of hallucinogens they're using. I really do, because to me, the MVSX has better buttons and sticks than arcade one-ups. It just does. Their buttons and sticks are slightly better, and you can attest to this, ConsoleFanboy, because you had an MVSX as well. I don't know if you still have one.
Yes,
but again, if you compare the buttons and sticks, for example, on the MVSX versus the buttons and sticks on the Big Blue, which unit has the better buttons and sticks?
Okay, so I have definitely an honest opinion about this, because I've had it. I've had the MVSX. I've played it. I thoroughly enjoyed it for whatever it was. But once that Bobby Vu cab hits, I really have no need for it anymore. So that's gone. That's gone. But when I did have it, I did notice the MVSX was a little bit better, just a tad better.
Yeah,
it's not like light years, like a Sanwa or a Hap or anything like that. I did notice it, a little bit tighter. But with all due respect for One Up, their Big Blue is actually not that bad. The sticks are comparable to what MVSX.
That's good. Well, that's good. But that kind of underscores my point. The idea that you could say that the MVSX, people can say the MVSX has poor buttons and sticks, when in reality the MVSX was light years ahead of One Up at the time that the MVSX came out. I understand what you're saying now with the Big Blue. They kind of upped their game and got better buttons and sticks for that particular unit, and that makes sense. I mean, they need to. But I tested the buttons and sticks on the countercade, on the Mortal Kombat countercade, and I sent the Mortal Kombat countercade back. I got a refund.
Did you really, Zod? Oh, you and me both.
And I love, what? And the thing was, I kind of had a soft spot in my heart for that countercade.
It wasn't easy.
The problem was the buttons and sticks just weren't right on it. And here's the other problem: that 2-player, control panel was literally a monstrosity. And I was irritated by it. Every time I looked at it, I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. How do you have an arcade machine that has an 8-inch screen and a big 2-player control panel that's almost as big as the regular control panel that comes on the 3/4 scale machines? I don't get it. I was blown away.
We're very similar in that way. We definitely both have a very soft place in our hearts for MK, and we really wanted it to be good. And you know what? It wasn't that bad. That screen, they definitely improved on the screen. The screen was amazing. I thought it was a great screen. You look from left to right, it wasn't washed out. But that control panel was just, I think it was synonymous with everyone. It was not synonymous. It was majority opinion was correct in that control panel was really unnecessary to have. Two players on that little thing. I could barely fit myself on that, let alone somebody else with me.
Imagine 2 fully grown adults trying to play on that. No. I'd like to see Jason from Third Floor Arcade and his girlfriend or fiance, whoever she is, playing NBA Jam on that 2-player countercade. That's what I want to see.
It's impossible.
How do you do that? I really want to see that. Now for me, I will say this: if the Mortal Kombat countercade was a single-player unit and it had Wi-Fi, I would have kept it.
You know what? Wi-Fi is definitely a game changer. I think John D was in one of the chats. I don't remember. Oh, I think
wasn't it
Endless One-Up? Either
was it on Endless One-Ups or was it on the?
Could have been on Overthink OT Side Piece.
OT, yeah.
Or even Weekly Retro Party.
Weekly Retro. I think it was on Weekly Retro Party.
It was Weekly Retro Party, yeah. And so he talked about Wi-Fi. It's a game changer. From now on, it's Wi-Fi. I put out, as usual, my stupid hashtags and no Wi-Fi, no buy. So that caught on, and so I think it's definitely a game changer. My Big Blue, the only reason I have it, and the sticks are okay. It's no big deal. You can mod it. You can change it up a little bit. It's not that bad. But I think the big game changer and the reason why I still have it is because of that Wi-Fi. There's nothing beats playing online with your friends. I don't play it offline.
I thought you returned your Big Blue too.
I did.
You were like, I'm done with this.
I did. I did, and within 2 days, I was like, oh my God, all my friends are playing it. I see it on community pages, people sharing videos and having fun. I'm like, what the fuck am I
So
doing?
you had to rebuy it.
So I rebought it, and I haven't regretted it since. It's just like I said, it is.
Are you gonna have now? Are you gonna have Bobby Vu do the control panel update for you?
Can't afford it, man. I'm broke.
Yeah, it's too much. It's
worth it,
a
though.
nice idea, but I mean, I was looking at that too. I was like, my God, this is like, Bobby Vu is a master at his craft, and you and I have the distinction of both owning one of a kind Bobby Vus, and that's why, like I say, when you have a Bobby Vu, you're very selective about what else you have in your house if you want something else to play. So like for you, it was the Big Blue. You had to have it. For me, it's the MVSX. I have to have the MVSX because I love that unit. I've always loved the Big Red. As much as you love the Big Blue, I love the Big Red. That's
it's called the Big Red. That's funny.
That's always been my my favorite, one of my favorite video game arcades. I used to love going to a Pizza Huts by my house when I was a kid, and having that machine be there. But I mean, back to my main point is that I don't think that the buttons and sticks on the MVSX were bad at all. They were very good. And if you think about it and you compare them to, again, previous arcade one-ups in the past, they were definitely better. They were a step up.
Oh,
and like I said, I won't say that. Yeah. And I'm not saying, and again, I'm with you. I'm not saying that they're like Hap or they're, Sanwa or anything like that, but they're definitely, playable, and they're great. And Jamie C says here, when the pendulum swings in favor of one, it eventually swings back in favor of its opposite, and thus the balance of the universe is maintained.
Damn, dude, you should write a book.
That is from none other than my favorite animated film of all time, Fist of the North Star.
Oh, I thought that was one of his sayings.
That is an awesome quote, and that's why I pinned it, because he says, looking forward to this show, Zod. So it was great too. So that was a great quote, and that's why it's pinned, Jamie C. So thank you for that. Nice. Efren Guzman says, what's up, Zod? And Neo Severo, what's up, bro? He says, oh yeah. Yeah, we love you, Chris. We love Neo. Listen, MVSX, man, Unico forever, bro. That's
By the way, Zod, Bobby Vu's prices he does have affordable price versions too. He has for the Big Blue, like 2 players, he has a tournament style, which is just 1 stick. So I know how much the 2-player one, for me, it's out of my budget, but the 1-player one looks great too if you're looking for online.
He does. He does have
affordable prices for sure.
Yeah, he does. He does a great job.
Yeah.
But I will admit at this point, if I were going to get anything else, if I was going to buy another, let's just say I was going to buy another arcade machine, I would probably buy an At Games Legends Ultimate. Simply because of all of the options where that will allow you to, because like I got like a little mini PC that I've got connected to a tiny monitor. And if I actually took this little Chewy Lark Box mini PC and connected it to the At Games Legends Ultimate, I could play Killer Instinct. And I wouldn't have to pay. I wouldn't have to pay $700. I'm just saying, I could play Run and Gun too, and I wouldn't have to pay $700. Like if I wanted to, not that One Up is going to ever put out a Run and Gun.
I don't think they can. Arcade. I don't think they have at least not right now. They don't have the capability. But I think, like John D said it best, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So we just have to give them time to get the chipset right, get the profit margins right, and then they'll do it. Because I've seen them. We've seen it. Like they'll never release a Miss Pac-Man. It's impossible. They did it. They're probably working on a blitz, having that relationship with the Miami Dolphins. That's probably happening. It's, like I said, not a matter of if, but when. And they definitely improved. Their first gen.
Speaking of not a matter of if but when, I'd like to welcome Chris Neo Severa to the to the chat. What's up, Chris? How you doing?
Chris.
Hey, what's up?
I just wanted to say right off the bat, man, it's a pleasure having you here, and I have to tell you, I'm really looking forward to the new PCB.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty cool. There's a couple things about it that I'm still kind of like up in the air about it because I don't really know a whole lot about it. I just know it got announced. I've kind of seen a couple of videos of it. The big question right now is whether or not it's plug and play to the MVSX, and the images that they've shown right now, I'm going to tell you that no, that I/O that it has, that JAMA connector, is not going to directly hook up to the MVSX. But what I heard is that there's a revision that's going to happen before the product ships out that will make it plug and play with the MVSX and even arcade one-up machines. So I'm kind of looking forward.
Oh my god,
yeah.
Oh my god, dude! I'm like getting like goosebumps. I'm getting so excited. You see, this is what I'm talking about. I'm getting that IRCade kind of sweat is dripping down my face right now. It's like pandemonium.
I'm actually confused. Not confused, but I'm just wondering why the change to. Why the change in this direction? Because I honestly thought, your unique approach of having 50 games in one was like, it definitely, and that's an understatement. It set you guys apart from everybody, and everyone just loved that approach that you guys did. The 50 in one. We all thought you were gonna have another cab, like maybe a Konami 50 in one or a Capcom 50 in one, and then all of a sudden this change, like, hey, here comes we're not going that route anymore. And I thought, oh, that was their edge. That was the edge. I thought I was going to get another 50 in one. That would have been nice, but I don't know. I'm sure you guys have a good reason. But
I mean, I can definitely share my opinions about all that, but I'm really not the guy that's behind the scenes. It's making the major decisions for the company. But I think that's the biggest thing. I mean, like this whole topic, the reason why you even have this video, I think, goes back to expectations. I think a lot of folks just had the expectation that with the MVSX and Unico coming out of the gate with that system, that everyone expected it to be, or expected Unico to be, an arcade 3/4 powerhouse pumping out machines like One-Up does.
Yeah.
And that's not really. I mean, obviously, from what you're seeing, with these new products and things like that, that's not really the roadmap, I guess, for Unico. But certainly arcade cabinets in the future are not off the table. I'll also put something else to rest, is that I actually saw like legit confirmation that Unico did not lose their licenses from SNK. In fact,
thank you.
So in fact, they secured them through June 2023.
Wow, I thought that was kind of weird.
So
that I heard
that was kind of floating around in the air. So I just want to,
that was some horrible misinformation that was in that video that I had sent you, and I can honestly say at this point, hearing it from you and knowing exactly that, it makes me feel a lot better, because honestly, I'm like Unico for life at this point. I'm like, because I love the MVSX so much, and I love the amount of passion that clearly went into that cabinet. It's such a wonderful cabinet, and I don't like how people just overlook it and second guess it, when the reality is, it's like ConsoleFanboy was pointing out, you get 50 games right out of the gate. Yeah. I mean, you don't have any cabinets that offer you that amount of variety in one cabinet like that.
But they have the arcade, but those games don't really count.
But when we talk about what we talk about, eggs, we talk about ladders, we talk about games that should be. I mean, we've talked about this before.
Games that I know, games that I've seen, I've played before. Not games that were made in like 2 days in some type of basement. And they just throw out a title out like "Which Love Bullets" or whatever that game is.
So the only thing I'm going to add to that is that from what you're saying, it's about what comes out of the box. So like, yeah, the MVSX right out of the box, you have 50 games. The iArcade, I don't know how many games it comes with out of the box. I think 11, 10.
Yeah.
And then you can buy more games, and there are some good games on there. I mean, there's like, In the Hunt, and I think it's got Gun Force, and there's some cool games, on there, and you can buy them. And that's kind of what gives it an edge too, is that it does have that online capability in the store and things like that. So going to your point, Zod, is the whole thing about the future of these cabinets is having that online capability is extremely critical. I agree with that 100%. The MVSX does not have online capabilities, so I mean, if Unico decides to release a cabinet in the future, I mean, if I still have some, if I still have a voice, or if I still have the ears of the top bosses there, I'm going to be very loud about the fact that it better come out with online gameplay.
Chris, if you don't have a voice,
that's beautiful.
I'm going to make 35 videos about how you should.
I mean, that's beautiful. Oh my God, that is so beautiful. Like, honestly, this is what I'm talking about. I mean, because I was telling ConsoleFanboy before we started doing this show, Chris, that it was just like, this was one of the things that, just knowing somebody that has an ear and can actually knows a little bit about what's going on in the company is one of the best things, because really at this point, I mean, I feel like all these other companies, get all the love in the universe. You got Arcade 1UP that has a huge, it's a huge love fest. You've got the cult over at Arcade.
I was going to say cult. Yeah, it's just cult.
It's just.
But
I mean,
Unico gets no love though, and that's my problem. I'm like, you come out with this beautiful big red cabinet that gives you 50 games out of the box, not to mention all the extracurricular things you could do. And to be honest,
I love that.
To be honest, it's like I love it so much. The thing is that, like, I mean, I play the MVSX every day, and I think it's a wonderful unit, and I think so many people are missing out because they were misinformed. They let too many influencers, say the wrong thing, and they don't judge it for themselves. And now you got this beautiful unit that's got 50 games on it that a lot of people are not getting a chance to experience. And I think that's the whole tragedy of it all.
So here's the deal with that is that, it does kind of baffle my mind with the, like the folks that are in the 3/4 arcade space that actually like to collect or, purchase all these 3/4 arcades. Now, I'm not going to take anything away from Arcade 1UP. I mean, they secured licenses. They make the cabinets, look, relevant to the
if it wasn't for them, none of us would be here. Let's be honest.
Exactly.
I mean, they definitely attract a wide audience, with those IPs, like Turtles and Simpsons and Street Fighter. I mean, they're doing some great things with that. I'm not going to really talk about the quality or because I don't have one. But I've just heard about them. The other thing is that they're like a bunch of clones to me, is that they all kind of like have the same shape and they all look like, but they are different with the graphics. So anyways, I'm kind of like digressing, but the whole point is that what baffles my mind is that all these arcade 3/4 collectors or buyers, I don't understand why they don't see the need to have a NEO-GEO representation in the arcade. Now, so it could be because maybe when they grew up or when they were in the arcades, they didn't mess with the big red. They didn't mess with it. So, I mean, it's a certain group of folks that know NEO-GEO, that understand it, that grew up with it or played the games and love the games like myself, like I know that system.
Yes,
now,
me too.
Now, to the MVSX and why it doesn't get love and all that stuff. I mean, this system came out over a year ago. And, the thing that keeps Arcade 1UP and iArcade and these guys, relevant is that they keep pumping content into either the iArcade so that you can have more games that you can download, which kind of freshens things up. And then with the Arcade 1UP is just pumping out new cabinets, right? New IPs, new titles. So that's their strategy. and that keeps them relevant. So like the MVSX, it came out a year ago. I mean, it's still out today. The funny thing about it was
same price.
It's same price. That's the thing, right? I mean, back then it was the first one to come out, you know, $500 or more, and that was crazy. Everybody was like up in arms that was ridiculous, and I mean, they were kind of like ignoring the fact that it did come with the 50 games and all that. But now, if you look at today, I mean, like you can't find a cabinet for $500,
No,
and then they're still coming out with 3 or 4 games with the other guys, you know. So, and that's kind of like one of the shifting and the changes. So, the system's still great. If you think about like an actual arcade back in the day, the whole strategy behind the MVS system was that you just invest in the cabinet, and all you got to do is switch out the cartridges and the marquees, and you got a new game, and you know, that can generate, you know, revenue.
Hey Chris, I have a question, a quick question.
Yep.
So as Zod kind of pointed to the fact of extracurricular activities, whatever,
Right.
is that going to be possible on the new? I saw this on the SNK MVSX arcade page where they announced a Unico, really beautiful, by the way. It kind of looks like a Legend Gamer Pro, but like more solid.
Oh, the Fun R1, that 2-player arcade stick.
Yeah, that one. Is that going to have the capability of what the MVSX had?
Yeah, right.
As far as like USB and whatever.
So right now, I have really no clue about that system. I mean, I have one here at the house, and I know that we're working on trying to get some things kind of like ironed out with it, because there's a couple of features or things that are lacking or things that I would like for it to have. And I mean, the system's not really new. It just never really had a huge launch. It was only available in like one website, and it didn't really have a whole lot out there. I think even RetroRalph actually did a review of it.
Yeah, he did a review of one. He had one.
It's kind of a short, it was a short video. One of the things that did stand out, and he never really followed up on it, is the fact that it did look to have like a JAMA harness hooked up to it. So now that's kind of been confirmed, because with the latest posts on Facebook, that Arcade PCB actually has a JAMA harness, and you see it kind of hooked up to that Fun R1. So I mean, you could hook up that Fun R1 to an actual arcade machine and use the controls and, you know, the output and all that kind of. It's kind of neat. So it has some neat capabilities. As it stands right now, it has like 44 NEO-GEO games. Most of them are fighting games. There's not really a lot of variety, so it's still one of those issues that a lot of folks had with like the MVSX, that it was a heavy fighting game system. That hasn't really changed much with this Fun R1. But as far as like other things that can be done with it, I haven't seen anyone explore those avenues at this point.
Well, the fact that you mentioned the PCB being made to be compatible with the MVSX is just a wonderful, you know, bit of information, because at this point it's like now you know that PCB looks like it's going to be awfully powerful. And I don't know if it's going to be the most powerful one on the market, but I think it looks like it has potential to be more powerful than the At Games Legends Connect.
So what would make me very happy with this PCB, and like I said, I don't really know a whole lot about it. I've seen, you know, a couple of demonstrations of it, but as far as the capabilities of it, if it can play Sega Naomi Tommy's Wave.
Oh my God.
That's it.
Wow.
That would be ridiculous. Like for me, that's it.
It will be done.
If it can do that, I'll be extremely happy, you know, because then you're talking, you know, Capcom versus SNK series and Marvel versus Capcom. You're talking about, you're opening up. I mean, and then if it can do that, then think about all the games before, you know, arcade games that came before it. So if it's capable of handling that, and I don't know if it is, and I'm not saying that it is here, I just, that's my expectation.
So that's talking about Dreamcast games.
I'm talking Dreamcast. Yeah, I'm talking that level of gameplay. I'm not talking about PS2, PS3. I'm not talking about Nintendo 64 or consoles. I'm talking about arcade capability of this system. If it could at least reach to that level, if it can,
then
that
means unbelievable. That would completely blow everyone out of the water.
Well, what's the one thing, Zohar, that you've said in the past about iArcade? That if they do this,
I have a video of it.
They will be
video of it.
Yeah, but what's the point? Like, what have you been saying?
Here's the thing. Like I said, I have a video about this, but I just need to have some faith. You don't have to give me every single Dreamcast game, that all of my favorite games. Give me one Dreamcast game. That way I know that you can back up your claim that your hardware is able to deliver Dreamcast quality games. You give me one Dreamcast games and I'm going to buy your entire III arcade system and think, you know what? If they can do this Dreamcast games, now I have faith knowing that they will, deliver more Dreamcast games. But right now, as it is, they are claiming that hardware can do, certain type of games. And then I look at their streams and they have, games from 1972 that are 2-bit and 3-bit. And it's like, come on, are you lying to me? Am I living in a Twilight Zone world? Why are you claiming that you can do a certain type of, graphic intensive game, and then you release something like Eggs? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just don't lie. That's all.
Yeah,
Just be honest. That's
and then
all.
like with what I'm saying too is I don't really know too much about this PCB. I just have my hopes and dreams. So my hopes and dreams on this thing is that it's capable of emulating Sega Naomi, Tommy's Wave, that level of gameplay. Part of the what was scripted out there on the MVSX page is that that you'll be able to load your own stuff as long as you follow the rules or whatever, and that it's basically like
similar to what At Games does.
Well, no, I mean, if you even think about something huge like Steam Deck that's coming out, they said it themselves. I mean, think about them. I mean, the thing that excites me about the Steam Deck is not the their whole store and that whole ecosystem. It's what I can do on my own and what I can do with it as I please. Yeah. So they're saying that I can use it as a PC. A PC can run emulation. It can do a lot of arcade games and stuff like that. So that's what I'm thinking about, is how to use it as a retro station for myself on how I can run, again, Sega Naomi, Tommy's Wave, and arcade games from like the late 2000s, shooters, things like that. So, and they've openly said that do what you want with it. It's basically a PC, right? And we do whatever the heck we want with our PCs, and we can dump all kinds of stuff in there, right? So that excites me about the Steam Deck, because it's allowing me the freedom to do what I want with it. And if it's going to be open, as they're saying it is, then that makes it a very viable option for me to actually enjoy some handheld arcade gaming, right? So that's kind of what, and nobody's really, a lot of folks haven't, really spoken to that, but that's what it is for me. So like with this PCB, same thing. As long as I can do what I want with it, and they're going to have an online store and they're going to do that whole bit too. But
really?
If I have it in my hands and I can do what I want with it, that's my hopes and dreams, is that I can dump in, and utilize it the way I want to use it. And then if I can hook it up to my MVSX and play some of these newer games, that would be pretty awesome. But at the same time, if you don't have an MVSX and you have an arcade cabinet with a PCB, with the, most arcade cabinets have a JAMA harness. This thing hooks up via the JAMA harness, hook it up, and then now you have the controls, the monitor, all the stuff that you have with it. But then now you can add content to it. That kind of makes it pretty neat. So,
I have a quick question. I'm sorry to interrupt you. A real quick question. It's way too early to talk about pricing and release dates. You guys are nowhere near that, or are you guys looking into pricing just approximately? I just want to know how much I need to save.
Pricing, pricing for that PCB's already been released on that Facebook post. I think it was gosh, I want to say like $199 for a 2 gigabyte memory version of it, and then I think the 4 gigabyte was like $249 or $299
for that 2-player control panel.
Oh, the control panel I think is going to be $249. But I'm still kind of like me personally, I'm still asking about the retail on it, and to see if we can wiggle around with it a little bit.
I see. Nothing this year though, right? So this is probably next year.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing it coming out this year. But who knows? We might see. But there's a couple that, like I said, there is an update that I want to be available for the system that'll kind of make things a little bit nicer for it. And they're working on that. I just, I kind of want that to be there before I can put my stamp of approval on the system itself and say that, not that my word means a whole lot, but like I've played it and I know what I would want from it. And that's kind of what I've taken up the chain for them to kind of to work on. But yeah, that thing right now, I think it's, they're shooting for $249, but
that's a great price. That is such a great price for what it is. And
$199 would be better.
Yeah.
Yeah, 199 would be
Yeah,
better.
so but we'll see what happens, you know. But I think 249 is kind of what they're aiming at with that thing.
And Vlad makes a great point here. He says compatibility with the MVSX is better than slapping together a new cab that does the same as the first one. And that's a great idea, because it doesn't alienate the existing consumer base that has already purchased the MVSX and just wants to do more with it. So in a lot of ways that can help the MVSX. And John D wants to know, is this SNK license the Unico JAMA?
Yeah, I mean, right now I don't know what they're actually going to be putting into the PCB, but there are going to be games on it that are licensed. I don't know if it's SNK, but I will repeat what I said earlier, is that, you know, Unico has secured a license through SNK until June of 2023. What they're going to do with that, though, I'm not really too sure. Like what's in the pipeline, what's coming for future products, things like that. I can't really say to that right now, but I do know that they're not going to just sit on the license, you know, until, you know, for it to expire. So they do have plans on using some of that license to come out with some more products. So
yeah. And the whole idea is, you know, all these companies I have like their own version of that, you know, the PCB. Like again, the at Games has the Legends Connect, and when you look at Arcade 1-Up being specific to, you know, creating new cabinets or dedicated cabinets, you know, that works in that specific, you know, in that specific licensing kind of area. So that's cool. When I look at it too, like for me, I was sitting here thinking the other day, I'm like, my God, am I gonna buy the Killer Instinct cabinet when it comes out? Because I was totally, you know, because I was looking at it, I was like, I know, you and me both.
You know what?
That's crazy. I love Killer Instinct, man.
I've changed my mind. It's just like, look, I'll say this. I'm very well known as being a huge KI hater, but the more I look at it, that video that I saw, the little trailer,
I know.
From Cops Are Us, I'm thinking, look, Killer Instinct is a Street Fighter game, but it's trying to be a Mortal Kombat clone. I'm like, wait, if I have Mortal Kombat and I have Street Fighter, it makes sense for me to have Killer Instinct. Just to put that right in the middle.
Killer Instinct is a whole different deal, man.
Oh, yeah,
it's all about animal. That. It's crazy fun combos, just ridiculous. But the graphics it's got to be like you have to have like walked up to this cabinet back in the day and seen it. Because now, if you compare it to like things that are out there, it's like you know, it looks dated or the graphics, but I mean, it still looks pretty cool. I mean, the lighting effects.
Yeah, I'll be honest.
It's got a lot of good things going for it, man. So I love Killer Instinct.
Yeah, I'll be honest. People hate things that they're not good at. Okay, and I'm not good at Killer Instinct. I have no idea how to play that game.
You know,
monster combo, ultra combo, super.
Yeah,
combo. I don't know what I'm
all those combos.
That's where I'm at though. I'm like, you know, John D has been doing such a good job putting out all the Killer Instinct stuff on Twitter, and I've just been like looking at it, I'm like, you know, that, I mean, it looks like it's gonna be cool, it's gonna be great, and I can't wait to see what Twisted Chris has to say, because he's Twisted Gaming, because he's the big Killer Instinct guru, and if he plays it and he says it's 100% legit, then you know that you've got the real deal there.
You know what I wish
that's the one. That's the cabinet I'm kind of excited about.
You know what I wish would have happened? Twisted Gaming for sure is a huge Killer Instinct fan. Killer Arcade Games. Oh, there's another Chris. Killer Arcade Games. The guy, his font title for his YouTube channel is actually the font title of Killer Instinct, Killer Arcade Games, and he's been streaming Killer Instinct forever. Like, all he does pretty much is stream MK and Killer Instinct. I would have loved to have Twisted Chris and Killer Arcade Games Chris compete online to see who's the real.
That would be crazy. You know,
maybe Rev maybe Rev can do that. Maybe John D can hook it up somehow where everyone knows who Killer Arcade Games is and everyone knows who Twisted Gaming is. Let both of them have it and let them destroy each other. I want to see who the best one is. I really do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
the
would be
thing with Killer
insane.
Instinct, Killer Instinct too. It's for me, it was just to hear that it was coming out. It was impressive, the technology piece of it, because Killer Instinct's one of those games that's just not easily emulated.
Yeah, but they did it.
But
crazy.
they did it, right? And it's
Crazy.
playing, so that's impressive. I mean, because that means they had to have, up their game with the board that they're using.
Yeah.
It has to be more powerful. So then that kind of speaks well to the future of these cabinets, because now you have Killer Instinct, coming out. So then, like, what's coming? What's next?
Faith restored. Faith restored.
I mean, it's cool. I mean, I'm excited about it. I'm probably not gonna buy one, but I think it's cool that they're releasing Killer Instinct. I mean, I like the game.
We have to read this comment. John D says, "I'm after SNK. I want SNK." Wow.
He's gonna get it. He's gonna get it. John D
He's gonna get it one of these. He's gonna get it one of these days.
John D is gonna wine and dine everybody at SNK. He's gonna take him out for a steak dinner, and he gets what he wants. He got Miss Pac-Man when it was an absolute impossibility to get it, and he got it. It's true. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So that's it.
Yeah,
my faith is restored completely.
I'm excited though. I mean, it's an exciting time to be into this hobby, man. It's so exciting. The home arcade market is just flourishing. Chris, how do you feel about the home arcade market right now as a whole from your perspective?
I think it's really cool. I mean, I think it's neat that a lot of folks have. So here's the thing with Arcade 1-Up. I don't understand. I think I understand the initial concept of it was, it was kind of aimed at a younger audience, and then the risers came about. I still don't get why they still have to be coming out with risers. Why they can't just build the cabinets the size that they need to be, because of
that would be great.
The demographic has changed to what their initial strategy was, but anyway, besides that. So it kind of blew up. I mean, I remember in the beginning, everybody was laughing at them, thought they were toys, and it's ridiculous. When then people started, getting one after the other, and then creating their little mini arcades at home. So I think that's what's really kind of blown up, and I think that's kind of cool. And then the cool thing too is that everybody can just kind of like pick and choose what pulled at their nostalgia strings, right? So I mean, that's just really neat that there's a lot of options. There's a lot of choices out there. And I mean, you got to say it, most of those choices are coming out of 1-Up, so they're the ones that have like all those IPs and the licenses, and they're hitting all the, like,
they understand.
The normal folks know Pac-Man. So they're, that's going to be, I mean, that's your foot in the door to like the big retailers and stuff like, oh, Pac-Man. Oh yeah, I know Pac-Man, bring Pac-Man in, whatever. And we'll sell a lot of those. But then through that success, I mean, it's fed into their ability to kind of go after more, more licenses and be more creative with their releases. So that's kind of, created a play space for anyone else that wants to join in on that. Cause I mean, nobody owns 100% of the market share, right? So there's just, it opens up the door for anybody else that wants to come in and try and do something different, So
no more Pac-Man. John, for the love of God,
no more variants. Variant 400,000.
Let's concentrate on, Alpha, Street Fighter 3, more Capcom stuff, more MK.
Well, Vlad was answering John D here, and Vlad says that SNK belongs to Unico, so dream on. So that's so there you go. There's that little friendly rivalry between Arcade 1-Up.
See, here's the thing. Here's the thing with
Unico.
Here's the thing, Joseph, Zod. Sorry. Here's the thing with Unico. I mean, with 1-Up, they understand the nostalgic piece. A big piece of that is the aesthetics, what it looks like. They're, delivering so many different. They used to have cookie cutter stuff, wave 1, wave 2. Now they understand. And I'm sure this was their plan all along, to have cabs that look authentic to what it was, what it looked like in the arcade. And now you see it with T2, you see it with Tron, the purple nightlight, but whatever, I digress. You see them changing the cab shape and making it more aesthetically pleasing to what we remember it looking like in the arcade. And they understand NEO-GEO. Every single arcade room had a NEO-GEO, whether it was 1 slot, 4 slot, Arcade One Up wants NEO-GEO. They want SNK because they know how important that look is in every single.
So they're gonna get SNK, they're gonna get NEO-GEO, and they're gonna put 51 games on the cabinet.
You imagine?
No, I mean you don't need to do that because you already have the MVSX. So that's
but what I'm saying is, how would you, if you were the only way that you could, if let's just say hypothetically that Arcade One Up was able to acquire an SNK license to do a NEO-GEO cabinet of their own. The idea of being able to put, you couldn't beat the MVSX with games, but you could do online, right? No Wi-Fi, no buy. I mean, if you put online capability on there, it doesn't matter if you've got 50 games. If you take like the 10 greatest NEO-GEO fighters and you put them on a cabinet, and then you put it, and then you make it online play, people are gonna be into that because the online play is all the rage. It's the whole that's whole concept now. So
that's what it's all about. What's funny though is that we're saying how that's the future and that's the way it should be, but I mean that's the way it should have been from the beginning, because I mean we've been playing games online for forever, so the fact that we didn't do this or think about this from the beginning is kind of silly, but that's neither here nor there. It's moving forward and making sure that anything that does come out does have online capability, and that we are able to connect with people outside of our four walls at home to play. The thing to remember is that as far as SNK licenses go and playing online, is that SNK themselves have announced the fact that they have some sort of intention on creating some kind of device that allows you to play online. It was real, I think it was announced like a year and a half ago. It had like a little Wi-Fi symbol, and
wasn't that the next NEO-GEO though?
The NEO-GEO 3 or something like that. So I don't know what that is. But if I'm SNK, I can give out licenses all I want, but I'm going to tell them like, okay, you're not going to get online. You're not going to allow. You're not going to create a store to where you can buy more of these games.
Well, I remember just a few months ago, Chris, SNK gave out a bunch of free games online for Amazon, like Amazon games. They were doing Amazon games, had launched whatever their platform was to get you into that. And Amazon every month they release a bunch of classic computer games or arcade games or whatever, and you just add them and you get them for free, but you have a limited time that you can acquire these games. And several months ago they did this big SNK NEO-GEO thing, so all of the greatest hits, like the Fatal Furies, the Mark of the Wolves, King of Fighters, all of the really big notable NEO-GEO hits were on there, and you could download them and install them on your computer and play them for free. And and they were the modern releases, like the releases that SNK has licensed out to Sony and classic right. So I kind of looked at that like, well, if they'll license out like that, then I mean, for the home arcade market, it really shouldn't be a big deal if they want to license out some of these games to other companies, if more companies want to build more cabinets. So it's kind of like so I kind of wonder about that, especially now that Unico is kind of, even though Unico still has the SNK license, that Unico is moving on in a different direction with other stuff and doing these components and things. I'm wondering if we would see at some point another cabinet, but probably just from a different company, unless Unico decides they want to make another cabinet in the near future.
Well, I mean, like I said, they have the licenses that they have secured with SNK through June of 2023.
Okay.
So to me, I mean, I have a wish list of what I want to see created before the end of that license expires. And I don't know if they'll do it, but I definitely know what I want to see come out of Unico in the future. So I mean, that still remains to be seen what they're going to do with these licenses, but I'm excited about it, and I like the fact that I can, I know the folks at Unico, and I can give my opinion, and I feel like they're listening. So that's kind of neat. So it excites me that I might be able to influence some of those decisions for the future, so that's, and just to see the product come out that, came from my brain and they kind of went through with it. If it makes me happy, I know it's going to make a lot of people happy because I love NEO-GEO.
Yeah.
I think the price point is going to be very, very interesting. I mean,
you think so? You think price is even a thing nowadays? When we're having $700 cabs and $800 cabs.
No, I think the pricing will be very important, but even more important, your store. You're saying that you're going to have a store that we can go on the store and actually download games from.
Oh yeah,
that's what I wanted. I want One Up to do that. I would buy a Street Fighter Alpha. I would buy Street Fighter 3. $19.99, $24.99. I would buy it, and a lot of people buy it. So
like that in and of itself would make it more valuable.
Yeah,
right.
I think a game store would be. I mean, don't make an iArcade store, but make an actual game store that people have heard of games, before and played before, and know that it's a quality game. People would buy it. I think it's great. The price and the game store is a good move.
Yeah.
Well, John D says this: step on the court, show your skills, don't get dunked on, and have fun. So there you go. That's.
Oh wait, is that a hint on Run and Gun 2, John?
Running Gun 2? Are we finally getting Run and Gun 2? Because I want that cabinet.
That's a leak. I
want that cabinet. Everybody wants Run and Gun 2.
The game is so hard to emulate. I don't understand. I know One Up can't do it yet. They will probably eventually, but they can't yet. RetroPie 4 can't do it. iArcade, they could barely do anything. And At Games can't do it. When I had the CoinOps X, it didn't run smoothly on it. So
hey, Zodar, you did a video on that game just recently, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Run it on MAME.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so I want to. It doesn't have to be a dedicated cab, but I would like to stand up and use a control panel and actually do it. I don't want to play on my laptop through MAME. It's just it deserves to be on an arcade machine.
Mm-hmm.
It does. It's a fantastic game.
Yeah.
And your video was so masterful in the way in which you compared it to NBA Jam in such an eloquent way.
I can't do the thing with NBA Jam is I can't play a basketball game if it's like side scrolling and with 2 frames of animation. I feel like I'm watching a game. I don't want to watch a game. I want to play a game. So that Run and Gun 2 style where you're like, it's not first person, it's third person, but it's like as close to first person as you can get. I like that style because it feels like you're in there, you're a part of the action. Whereas NBA Jam, you're just watching it from the side. I don't like that. And
John D's calling it out right now. He says, "I want a real big red with online play. Listen to me, SNK Japan." Yeah, wow. John D's coming for SNK Japan.
Shots fired.
Oh my goodness, this is fantastic, guys. This is fantastic.
A real big red. What does that mean? A
real big red. Yeah. Right, what does that mean?
So what's a real big red?
In comparison to the big red that already exists, which is fantastic. It's beautiful.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, are you
going to make little mini marquees that you can kind of change out? And
right. Something cool, where you could change out the marquees and you could change. But technically, the MVSX does exactly what the big red used to do because you used to be able to change out the carts.
That was the whole point of it. Yeah. You just get new cartridges and then you create a new revenue stream with your arcade machine without having to invest in a bunch of them, so yeah, that's.
And John D points out online Puzzle Bobble.
Who owns Puzzle Bobble? Taito? Is it Taito? I don't know.
I think
it's SNK. Yeah.
I think Taito owns it, and it's a fun game. Online.
Yeah, it is. My wife loves it.
Bubble's fun. Yeah, it's a fun little game, and it really, a lot of these games. I swear, like when you have online, and when you say online Puzzle Bobble, I'm wondering if John D, if you're talking about At Games, because they actually. I think they've got Puzzle Bobble.
I leave and you guys are talking about Puzzle Bobble. That's what happens when I leave.
I think but I think if I'm not mistaken, I'll have to check.
It's a great game, though. It's a great game.
I'll have to check my Legends Gamer and see Puzzle Bobble is on there, because I think it is. If I'm not, I think it
so
is.
I mean, like when I used to have a candy cabinet, the Japanese style candy cabinet.
Oh yeah,
and,
those are beautiful.
I got Puzzle Bobble. My wife fell in love with Puzzle Bobble. So all I would do is when I'd buy a new MVS cartridge, I would put Puzzle Bobble in there and just, so she could ignore the fact that I kept buying more MVS cartridges, so it's a good game for that.
Well, how does your wife feel about the MVSX, that you have all those cartridges right already in the game?
Yeah. No, she's cool with it. The first thing she asked me is if it had Puzzle Bobble, so yeah.
Well,
it does now. Yeah.
And John D is saying online Bomberman, online Baseball Stars, online Last Blade, online
These are some
Guru.
crazy titles.
Good stuff.
Well, I mean, just online everything would be awesome. I mean, that's what it's all about, is connecting yourself to the world and being able to compete. Not just scores, but actually
we all love these games. We all love
with others, So that's what it's all about.
As good as Big Blue is, I would not, like I said again, I would not play it if it didn't have Wi-Fi, didn't have that community,
Right. I don't see you saying that, I want to buy an arcade one-up Street Fighter Championship Edition, Cap. No, it was all about Big Blue for you. That was the one you and we were talking. You were like, I'm getting that Big Blue. It's online.
I have to, because I knew everyone was going to play it, and I had to destroy John, but unfortunately I suck with Ken. I suck with Ken, according to his whiteboard, but it's okay. I could take, unlike other YouTubers, I can actually take criticisms, and I won't, delete my channel if anyone insults me, and I won't, privately message them after the fact. Why did you leave that comment? I can take criticisms. If you can't take a criticism as a YouTuber at 800, 900 subs, where are you going to be at 1,000 or 1,200 subs? You can't privately message
messaging everybody.
Everybody, hey, why did you leave me a comment? You know what? This is YouTube space. Do whatever you want. Keep it on YouTube. Keep it going, and chill the fuck out. But anyway, I digress.
There's something right there on the online CVS2. Whoever makes that happen, I don't care what it's on. I'm buying that. Like, for reals. The Capcom versus SNK2, man. Jeez.
It's over.
Yeah. You can't
make that happen, and I'm buying that thing. Yeah.
That's such a great game. And again, all of these great games that come with the SNK license, which is why I've always been. This is why it's fascinated me, guys, that the MVSX is not one of the most popular home arcades on the market right now.
Zod, I don't understand why. I remember as a kid, SNK was untouchable because it was so amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy though.
I saw it in the arcade. I'm like, oh my god,
I remember going to Electronics Boutique as a kid and seeing NEO-GEO being like $700, $800 at the time. If you wanted to have it at home, and there was even a gold one that they had on display that nobody could afford.
Every game was like $300, $400 for one game.
Yeah, even the ads were like, if you don't have a NEO-GEO, you're a real. If you have a NEO-GEO, you're a real hot dog. If you don't, you're just a weenie.
It's
what I mean? That was the whole thing behind.
It's definitely a
the
status
marketing
symbol. It's definitely a status thing.
If you didn't have a NEO-GEO as a kid, you were a loser. So I guess we were all losers.
You're a piece of shit if you don't have a NEO-GEO now.
We were all losers back then. It was like you'd go into the Electronics Boutique and literally drool over the NEO-GEO.
No, it was untouchable, Zod. It was untouchable. You can't. It's just something that you play in the arcade, and then maybe one day you'll have it in your home when you're rich. All of a sudden, Unico has it with 50 games, and you could do soft mod, and then it's like, what the fuck is going on? Are my dreams coming true? I am upset that they didn't continue on that journey with having that edge. Now they're going with that, but who's to say they won't go back and do more more caps? You never know. I don't know what to expect.
Yeah, you never know.
I just don't know what to expect.
And I guess this is a question about the new PCB from Endless One Up. He says, could you hack the board and add software and a Wi-Fi card to the MVSX? I know you need more than one and a server to host it, but could it be done?
So glad he asked. I was
Which board? The MVSX board or this new one that's coming out?
the new one, probably.
Oh, so the
The
new
new
one.
one.
I mean, if you're looking at image on it, it has an Ethernet port on it.
Well, there you go.
I don't know what it's going to do with it, but I mean, if it's got that, I mean, it stands to. I would think that either you can add a USB dongle for Wi-Fi, or if it already has Wi-Fi built in. Again, I don't know, but it had an Ethernet port, so. What the hell else are you going to do with an Ethernet port? You know, you're not going to make phone calls. So,
And
Hey, I have a quick question. Since I started the No Blood, No Buy movement, and I kind of helped sales, is there any way that you guys could just make me a personal Capcom 50-in-1 cab and like a big blue? Okay, stupid question. Go ahead. Just joking.
I'm actually working.
that would be great. Oh my God, I think I would get that from
Zod, I would die.
Unico.
Zod,
From
I would die.
Unico.
I would die, Zod. If they had a 50-in-1 Capcom version of MVSX, and it would be like, we have Big Red, we have Big Blue.
And you got 50 of the greatest Capcom games.
I would die. And
Oh my God.
online.
I'm just seeing the dollar signs on how to secure that. The licenses.
Yeah, it would be crazy. And John D
and
says
to dump it all in one product. I mean, yeah, no.
only Arcade 1-Up can do an online Capcom versus SNK2. We have Capcom #free Capcom versus SNK2. I could see them.
Hard.
I could see that happening though. Like
It's true
at
though.
some
It's
point-
locked away because of the fact that it's owned by two different companies, right? I mean, Capcom has their hold on their IP, and then SNK has theirs. So it has to be a marriage and an agreement in order.
Hey,
what are
the chances of you guys working with 1-Up? Just having, working with them to have a 15-in-1
Oh, look at John D here, and thanks for telling me the end date of the contract. Yes.
No, but honest question, Chris.
Oh my God,
are there ever
funny.
any talks with Arcade 1-Up to maybe collaborate, because you guys can collaborate with each other and work together on future products? I don't know.
Yeah, that's above my pay grade as far as those types of decisions are concerned.
Okay.
But I mean, any kind of collaboration is always a good thing if it's.
Oh my God, that would
create
be a
products
dream
and
come
create-
true.
Let's just all get along, guys. Let's just all combine at Games 1-Up and Unico, iArcade. Let's all just have one unit and have
So what you're talking about basically is it's like the form of like say like the MVSX with the 50 games or whatever, an online capability and stuff of 1-Up and an online store like iArcade, except with games that people actually want to play.
That's all I'm using. That's all I'm saying. Use the strengths of every single company and work together. Give a little cut to Arcade 1-Up for the Capcom license. Give a little cut to iArcade for the store. You have the most amazing looking cab, and everyone's happy.
Oh, absolutely. And look at Jamie C. This is a great comment right here. Street Hoops Online versus NBA Jam. I love Street Hoops from NEO-GEO.
They both suck.
But I think that game is better than NBA Jam though. I got to be honest.
It's okay. Run and Gun 2 forever.
Run and Gun 2 is the best one. I'm gonna agree.
And I
with
hate
you there.
it when people compare it to Run and Gun 1. It's just such an insult. Run and Gun 1, there's no alley oops, there's no crossovers, there's no spins.
And Run and Gun 1 will play well when it's emulated.
Exactly. See,
yeah,
exactly.
that's the difference.
Story
It's
of
like,
my life.
It's kind of like Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct is notoriously difficult to emulate, particularly on Pi systems and that kind of thing. So when you have like Killer Instinct, you're looking at oh my God, I hope the Arcade 1-Up hardware can run Killer Instinct properly.
And it does.
And it definitely can from the looks of it. So I mean that's super cool. And John D says, I'll give you Frogger. So Frogger for SNK. SNK has to agree to
Doesn't
more.
Michael B
has to agree to more product, right?
I think Michael B owns Frogger, doesn't he?
Doesn't he? I don't know.
No, he owns the rights to Frogger because he got the only Frogger cab in existence. All my jokes are not hitting tonight, man.
I don't know.
My jokes are just not hitting tonight.
I don't know, but Vlad is responding here, and this is pretty cool too. He says, "Sure, you can do another Capcom cab, John D. Slap some paint, add your 5 or 6 games. People are beyond that."
Wow.
Oh wow, there you go. 5, 6 games. Question: SNK has to approve the new product. Yes, I don't think SNK has anything to do with the PCB though, right?
Oh, the PCB is not an SNK license.
That's a Unico product.
Now, what they put in it, what kind of games or whatever, that's a different deal.
That's a licensing deal. That's what the licensing deal would do. Right. And since I don't even know,
so I'm just going to set that straight. Is I don't know what's going in this PCB. I just know that's coming out. I don't know the content. I don't know the game lineup.
But it's fair to say, since they do have the SNK license until 2023, they could technically, if they can arrange it, they could actually add those games to that PCB if they wanted to.
That's such a long time, though. Jeez, that's like 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long time. Congrats,
I don't know. I know that there's a lot of like approvals and things like that when you're gonna create a product. Like the MVSX is, they had to take a lot of permissions and all that. It wasn't just like, oh, let me just have the games and then we create our own thing.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, anything that's going to have the SNK, NEO-GEO, or any kind of badge on the product has to go through SNK first. I mean, that's my understanding. I'm not the one in those meetings.
And now, how is it from the Unico perspective? Has Unico been happy with the sales of the MVSX?
I believe they have been. I mean, yeah, it's been doing well. They've secured definitely some new markets in the United Kingdom and other countries. They've been. I mean, a lot of inventory has been flushing through the U.S. It's getting restocked, throughout the year. At least, I think it's already going through its third shipment this year. So I guess every quarter they restock. So it's doing well. I don't know the numbers. They don't give me that data, and I don't ask. I just know that it's doing okay. It's doing great.
And John D already has it in his mind what games he would put on a NEO-GEO cabinet if
Baseball Stars 2
had the license.
John, Baseball Stars 2, not 1. Baseball Stars Part 2, because Part 1.
Yeah, Baseball Stars 2 is not on this list.
Yeah, Part 2 is way better. Just unbelievably better.
Yeah, that one's awesome.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he says 5 or 6 games deal. Online Bomberman, online puzzle.
Why won't he do 12?
Online.
What's wrong with 12? Should have 12. They're doing legacy.
Well,
with
the party
Capcom versus SNK2 is going to cost too much, so they gotta spread the love out.
It is going to cost a lot. Yeah, it is.
You're probably right.
It is. That license is going to be huge. Now, who's going to get Marvel versus Capcom 2?
Shoo! Good luck with that one, man.
What up?
Isn't that Disney? Don't you have now you got to deal with Disney
license? So they could. I don't know.
Whoever gets it.
What about that? What about that one, John? Marvel versus Capcom.
Those are the good ones, but those are the big
deal on that.
Sure.
Yeah,
dude, Rev is gonna have a heart attack when that comes out.
Okay, real big red means full size and 3/4 big red. Yeah, but the MVSX is full size, and at least with the MVSX, you don't have to assemble it. You just have to assemble the riser.
Yeah, so that's kind of what I was asking too. When he said real big red, I mean, are you talking about a full size cabinet? And he said full size. So, I mean, is that the direction that we're going to start seeing now in the future, or where we're going to have like a 1-Up Pro machine where it's the full size version?
I think it's definitely time for that.
Yeah, honestly. So that's the next evolution.
How big would the monitor be? I mean, I see a lot of guys online on YouTube talking about they want 50-inch 50-inch screen arcade cabinets.
That's maybe 25, 26 inch. I think that was kind of like a standard in arcades.
Yeah.
A legend of success, Joe Cab. Good luck with that.
Maybe iArcade would definitely do a Legend of Success.
They would do a cab. They would do a
not only would they do a skin themed of that game, they would have an hour and a half unveiling.
Build up.
A build-up, and then immediately followed by a 30-second reveal of Legend of Success Joe themed cab for $9.99 after an hour and a half.
Yep, guaranteed.
Sounds like another video.
And John is answering your question, Chris, saying yes, change out marquees, but Arcade One Up online tech for Big Red. Oh, I see what your idea is there. Again, the whole concept being, online is key at this point.
I would be so surprised, Zod, if One Up does not start doing a game store. iArcade is doing it, AtGames is doing it, now Unico is doing it. What's to stop One Up from doing it also? And they have.
I don't know why One Up's not doing it already. I mean,
they have their Big Blue. They have micro SD card right there in place for us to use. What are you waiting for, John? Get an online store,
or the idea that you could buy you could buy a regular SD card and switch it out like you would like on a Raspberry Pi. You get like a 512 gigabyte micro SD card, and you stick it in your One Up cabinet, and you can download whatever games you want.
I'm just saying, Zod, they talk about online and forever online and no Wi-Fi, no buy, and that's the direction they're going. But they're not having a game store. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't sit well with me.
The licenses are too expensive to have a game store.
Come on. Sell Alpha Street Fighter 3, a bunch of games, $30 each. You don't have to ever make another cab. You'll make it up in game sales. At least that's what iArcade is doing.
And Vlad makes a good point here. He says, remember, the hardware is the key. Arcade One Up uses cheap boards on all of their cabinets, and then they delay the release date because their hardware can't handle the games they wanted in the first place. And all I can say in response to that is, we all remember The Simpsons, and that's all I can say about that.
Yeah, really. Man, they're doing it. They take their time, but when they come out with stuff, it works.
And we know that the Simpsons bowling game works because we've seen it on display. We've seen it, some people actually have it and they're able to do it. But I don't know.
The other thing, there's one final thing I want to say is about all these I guess different spaces in this 3-Force Arcade community, is that you do have like your Arcade One Up, you do have your iArcade and AtGames, and then you have the MVSX, but there's a certain clientele, certain buyer that wants an all-in-one cabinet.
Yeah,
but that's not the same person that wants to have an arcade in their basement, right, or in their little play space or in their room.
You're right.
If the all-in-one thing was what everybody wanted or needed, then Arcade One Up wouldn't have made all these multiple machines throughout the last several years. People crave and want to see something new and something different, and they want to create a play space in their homes, or change things out.
But make it so, give us options though. I mean, the Arcade One Up doesn't have to be specifically geared to just building arcade galleries, and people are selling their homes. they're breaking open walls just to have more
bigger rooms.
Make it at least an option for people like me who don't have 5,000 acre mansion. And
right, I agree.
Just have an option. Me too. You already have the micro SD card in place, like I said. Just make it an option for those that want that multi-cade option, and for those that like Michael B, who want like 87 cabs, keep doing that. That's all.
So then this is where I mentioned Unico. We could be talking about the MVSX, and that's a product. That's a 3-Force Arcade machine that's in the in the style of the Big Red machine, and it has 50 games in it and all that good stuff. But Unico, I mean, they produce that product, but then they're also producing this arcade PCB that can be hooked up potentially right to MVSX machines and other 3-Force Arcade machines. They're releasing monitors so that you can upgrade your existing machines. I mean, obviously, 17-inch isn't the one that you're going to want to go after, but a lot of folks are looking at the 19-inch because, like, the MVSX uses a 17-inch, and I think a lot of the Arcade One-Ups are 17-inch, right? So that creates like an upgrade capability for your existing cabinet where you can have a bigger screen. because I think that those will fit in those machines, you know. So there's some versatility to what Unico's offering, and it's completely different than what everyone expected. So that's kind of exciting because it's gonna fit into a lot of different people and what their needs are. And I think RetroRalph commented in one of those videos that you kind of referenced, that is like, who is this for? You know, who are all these products for? Well, it's for whoever sees a need or sees something that they can use it for. So like that little PCB thing. I mean, I'm very surprised at how many people are actually excited about the idea of being able to swap it out with what's inside the MVSX and then adding more content to it. You know, I mean, it's cool. Everybody's done. I mean, people have done mods and added Raspberry Pis and things like that to it. But a lot of folks are actually excited about that, about being able to do that. Some people might just have one real arcade cabinet at home, and it's like the actual full size deal that they got in an auction, or maybe it's their baby that they really care about. But now there's maybe a low cost solution for them to add more content to it whenever they feel like playing something different, you know. So and this is like an actual arcade machine, right, that'll actually hook up to. And then now you're having these monitors that are coming out that are supposed to be, you know, CRT replacements, because I mean, obviously CRTs are dying out. It's hard to find the parts. And I mean, maybe not 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, but eventually it's going to be extremely, extremely difficult to do that. And so now, you know, Unico's coming out with these monitors that they can actually swap out or add, you know, a new monitor to. And
I love that you have options, Chris.
So like that's the whole thing.
You definitely
I mean,
have options. It's great.
It's a different kind of company. It's not the kind of company that I think everybody expected. Is that, you know, everybody that's in this 3/4 arcade space, that's all they want. They just want to, you know, they want our arcade cabinets to be pumping out. And I understand that. I feel that. And I'm still excited about the future. I know that there's new products coming that are in the pipeline that I can't really mention, but I haven't even seen it. But I mean, just the fact that they've even mentioned these things, it's pretty neat stuff that's coming. So
I think that's your new edge this year. You know, last year your edge was to have 50-in-1. Now this year you're having more options with a monitor and the different form factors. So I love that you're giving your customer base like the option to do more.
What's your ideal screen size? Because I mean, you've been talking a lot about these replacement monitors in you know your videos. Anybody that follows you and follows your videos, and again, you know, Chris, I'm a big fan of yours, and I follow all your stuff, and you're always talking about monitors and stuff. What's your ideal? So say I was going to buy a bigger monitor for the MVSX. What would you recommend?
Oh, the only thing that's going to fit in is the 19.
Okay.
You know, so like for a 3/4 arcade cabinet, anything that's out there, I'm talking about 1UPs and MVSX, all those guys. The only thing that's going to actually fit in there is probably a 19. You might squeeze a 21-inch or whatever, but as far as what we have, the 19-inch is something that everybody will be able to should be able to upgrade to. That's something that they can just, you know, take out their 17, drop in a 19, upgrade. You got a bigger screen, you know. But the one that I actually physically saw and have videos of is that 27-inch.
Yeah.
Zod, John D wants to come on. Can you send him a link?
I certainly can.
Do you have his message?
Yeah, John D, I will send you a link right now. Just give me a minute. This is cool. Okay. Hold on. Let's do this. There's so much great material here. So you're saying the 19-inch. Now, would you try to fit a 21-inch, or is that going a little bit too far at this point?
I mean, looking at what Unico's offering with the 17, 19, and 27-inch or whatever, the 19-inch is the one that I would use to upgrade the MVSX with. The only question with that would be is the bezel. So the bezel would have to be changed. You would have to create a new bezel or cut out a new bezel to open up the space for that bigger screen. I mean, you know, all it would take is actually just measuring the maximum size in that space, to see what you could fit in there. But
It's so funny. I got 15 messages saying throw John D in the link. I didn't even look at my messages.
No, I'm
That's so
getting
hilarious.
I'm getting them now. I just had to get on Twitter so
People
I could
love
send
John
them,
D, man.
so I
People
could
love
send
him.
them the link. But yeah,
But for me, the ideal would be using that 27-inch in a full size Japanese style sit down cabinet that's lighter and maybe doesn't take. I mean, even the Japanese cabinets, even the original form, they were always smaller than an actual arcade cabinet that you'd find in the U.S. So I would want a 1-to-1 full size Japanese style cabinet with one of these 27-inch monitors, and then play whatever the hell I want in it. So that would be my ideal.
What has Unico ever like considered the idea of like adapting, like say the Japanese candy cabs, or anything like that for other markets to like boost the appeal of the MVSX?
I haven't seen anything like that. I just know that that's what I like. So, I mean, like the Astro City Mini, like you're talking about, like the little, think about the like little minis, right? The Astro City Mini is really cool. There's that new, the Taito egret that's coming out that you can actually flip the monitor vertical and all that. Those little things look cool. Like to me, those are always like, I've always loved those, the form factor of the Japanese style cabinet, so that's the one thing that I would definitely want to see if Unico was to make something in the future. I would want to go after something like that. That would excite me quite a bit.
Yeah, that would definitely be cool. I hope I'm really excited about the future of these products. I think we're reaching a point where they're just gonna get better and better over time. There's no limits to what we can have as fans of this kind of stuff, and it's all exciting. I mean, it's like we never, as like kids, did you ever dream about the idea of having arcades in your house on this kind of scale? I remember going to arcades and saying, oh wow, it would be so nice to actually own one of these machines and stuff, and to actually be able to do that now. Yeah. and just have it keep going is just,
oh my God,
fantastic. John D, I've sent you the link on Twitter.
I'm just now looking at all the chats, and the entire world hates me. That's crazy. I'm sorry, Bobby, I didn't mean to hang up on you. I just checked all the texts right now.
Wow. Nobody hates you.
Oh, I know one person does.
Well, wait a minute. We do know that there's one person that does. But yeah, see that person. But see that person is.
What? He's not even worth mentioning. He's not even worth.
Is not able to see your sense of humor, and is not able to see where you're coming from, which is a satirical perspective.
Hey, send him the link via Facebook Messenger. He said.
Oh, I'm sorry, John. I sent it to you on Twitter. Let me here. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put the link in the chat, John, and you can just click on the link. This link is just for John D to join us. There's the link in the chat, John. So you can go ahead and click on the link. I didn't, I sent it to you on Twitter, but I'd have to log into Facebook, and I'm not logged into Facebook right now. So.
Yeah, man, just some people should not be YouTubers. I mean, honestly, if you can't handle criticisms, what the hell are you doing on YouTube?
Neo, you've been putting out so much good content lately, and I want as many people as possible to subscribe to you, because you really put out a lot of great content. I love it.
Not really, man. I mean, I appreciate you saying that, but I mean, honestly, I'm not consistent, and I don't really consider myself a YouTuber.
No, I know. I understand you don't consider yourself a YouTuber, but I really feel like you do put out a lot of good content, and
I appreciate that.
The stuff that you do add is really awesome, and people should see it, because you got a lot of passion for the stuff that you do videos about. And we are welcoming John D to the stream. What's up, John? Good to see you.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Can you hear me okay?
Can hear you perfect.
Hey, Zod. Okay, first of all, let's be real here. Me and Zod had our past, and we all good now. But, hey, Zohar, can you translate something in Russian for me, please?
Oh, sure. Da.
Okay, please.
Da.
If I can change,
Если я можно измениться,
and you can change,
ты можешь измениться.
everybody can change.
Каждый может измениться.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Zohar.
That was beautiful. And I have to do something special here for my good friend
funny.
Kongs R Us that sent a $2 super chat. Thank you, Kongs R Us. Said send John
This is my
D.
boy.
Send John D the link. All hail Zod.
Yeah.
Yes, you know what? Everybody is always welcome.
Yo,
here.
look at this. John D
I
comes
have
on.
I have no problem. Yeah, the whole place is blowing up because this is the first time that John D has appeared on a ZodWriter live.
It is, and I want to support the community. I don't care how many subscribers you got. It could be 10K, it could be 500. This is me. Like, I want to just, engage with everyone. And I'm sorry, I came to the stream late. I don't know who your guest is, so I don't think we've ever met. My name is John D from Arcade One Up. What's up, bro?
Hello, I'm Chris.
Chris, where you from?
Texas.
What company do you represent?
We've been talking about Unico.
You from Unico?
No, I don't work for Unico. I've never received a paycheck from Unico. Yeah.
What's your affiliation?
I just enjoy the product and I support.
Oh, okay, you're a Unico fan.
I'm a Unico fan. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. I just wanted to know who we're dealing with.
Oh yeah.
Well, absolutely. This is fantastic. Here's the link once again. Let's just make it a big party. RetroRalph, you are welcome.
Let's get Nick. Get Nick.
Get the fuck up on
Go on.
here.
We might as well get everybody on here.
Get Nick in.
How about Vladi Divac from Unico? Let's bring him up.
Anybody that wants to come on, the link is in the description. Go ahead. Well, not the description, but in the chat. Here you go.
Hey,
it's a party now.
Tomorrow you wake up with 5,000 subs tomorrow. Watch.
Tomorrow marketing is up my ass for doing this shit. I'm telling you.
Well, no. But see, we're not. But see, this is the thing, John. We all love Arcade One Up. We just love you. We just love Unico too. So it's kind of.
Hey, Lou. I'm all good with everyone. I'm telling you, like I can work with anyone. Like,
hey, I can't. I'm not good with everyone.
We all know
it's not good with everyone.
I'm definitely not good with. Yeah.
Listen, John. Both me and Zohar got blocked by on Twitter.
I was this close. To blocking you two motherfuckers. This close, but I understand. But I don't block nobody.
No,
I block Rexer.
John. But see, the good thing, John, with you and me was it was like you and I. It's like we had our little thing, but then it was like when we talked and it was cool.
Squash.
I mean, it was like no problem.
That's what men do, right? Yeah. Men don't bitch out and just get butthurt all the time. I remember you said this. I remember you said that. When I make a truce someone, I'm not the one to break the peace. I'll tell you that. So,
keep it on YouTube for the love of fucking God. Keep it on YouTube for God's sake. It's all fair game. If you're a YouTuber, I'm a YouTuber. Keep it rolling. Clap back at me. I clap back at you. But be a man. Don't private message me saying, "Hey, what the hell are you doing?"
I ain't taking sides so hard, man.
I'm just saying.
I ain't taking sides, man.
I'm just saying.
Ralph, we're waiting for you, man. Jump in here, bro.
Hey, Nick wants
Ralph
to
ain't
get
gonna
on.
come
You need
on.
to get Nick on.
But I'll tell you about
Nick
this. You know what? I think there's a misconception that there's this like fierce rivalry going on between us and Unico and At Games and Arcade. I'll tell you what, for real, they're not our competition, and I'm sorry for many reasons. I respect what they do. They're colleagues in our space. Okay, they're multicades. We ain't. Right.
Yeah.
We do a very different model. Right. We just don't see selling games right now as being a very significant source of revenue. You have to admit, right? If you only have less than 5,000 units out there and your attachment rate is, say, let's give it a high 25%, right? And you're selling games and all that, how are you making money? How are you making money? How are you making money? How are you making your partner's money? You got to think about that. So at this point, we're waiting for us to get to the 5 million mark, right? 5 million units. And then look, let's see how many users are on Steam, right? How many daily active users are in PSN, Xbox? You're talking about hundreds of millions. That's why they make money. How can you make money for us if we only sold 3 million units out there with an attach rate of 10-15%? Will buy constant DLC and make money? Is not for us. Look, we ain't just trying to make money for us. We're trying to make money for our partners. So that's real talk, everyone. That's why
That's a good
we're in
point,
competition.
actually. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing I'll say too about as far as competition goes is, I mean, if you think about the 3-4 arcade, I mean, I don't really see iArcade and ad games as part of that space, because that's kind of like a multi-cade thing, you know. But if you think about like an arcade, like an actual arcade, right? When you walked into an arcade, you saw a bunch of different units. It was a lot of different stuff, different sizes.
There was.
So when these guys that are filling up their basements and their little, you know, their offices and stuff with these arcade units, they want to see some variety. So I definitely understand that strategy of pumping out, you know, multiple SKUs and, you know, different licenses and things like that. I mean that's what it's all about. You know, people that are filling up their rooms and they want an arcade. They don't want a bunch of Pac-Mans. You know what I mean? They're going to want Pac-Man. They're going to want, you know, they want NEO-GEO. They want, you know, they want Turtles. They want Simpsons. They want all that stuff. So an arcade is like you walk in and you get a choice, man. You get to choose what you want to play. You know, it's not all just one thing, you know? So
hey, are you getting
I agree.
Are you getting
No, I agree. You know, let me talk to that point real quick, ZodWriter. You're right. This is why we don't, you know, we don't have the same size anymore. You know, we start out with Gen 1 with no riser. That shit was short, right? We don't. And then I hear my echo. And then, right, you have the Unico, right, SNK, which is a little taller, right? And then you have our regular 3/4 units with a riser, which is taller than the Unico. Then you have Big Blue, and then you have like KI, which is gonna be tall. Yes, you need variety. You know, you need variety of sizes.
Hey, John, let me ask you this, man. Have y'all ever considered releasing a cabinet that doesn't require a riser, or is that just part?
100%, for sure, of course. You know, but the thing is like this, right? We built a riser, and then you built a kind of line look, right?
Yeah.
Because people like kind of, you know, uniformity. Yeah, right. So we see that and we go, okay, does it look funny without a riser? Or do people want the riser? Some people want the riser. Some people will say, my OCD says I don't want that, you know, I don't want that one piece. But I'll tell you, yeah, we're definitely considering stuff without a riser for sure. Yep. And one thing I've got to address.
Having the risers with us, keeping it around, because that's what they've always had.
You know, so I mean, some people will say keep the riser. Some people say don't keep the riser. How about we have choice? I think that's what we're going to go for. But you know, I heard Vladi Divac in the chat from Unico say that you know, our hardware is shit or whatever he said. It's whack or whatever.
Who the hell is Vladi Divac?
Oh, Vladi from
Lakers?
Unico. No, he used to be from the Lakers. He was the Sacramento Kings, and then all that stuff.
Okay.
Right, but so Vladi said something about our hardware and it being not to par. But you know, if I think he's from Unico. I don't know who he is, right? But
I mean, Vlad, you know, can jump on too if he likes.
He can.
I'm sitting here like, well, I'm still waiting for Ralph to jump on. I thought Ralph was coming in, but there's nobody else backstage, so I think we got everybody for now.
You know,
I think Vlad's a Unico fan. I don't know.
Oh, he's not. He's a Unico.
Yeah.
He's a Unico. So this Unico fan.
He's
trying to talk smack about our arcade one-up hardware. But
the hardware's been getting better and better too.
He probably doesn't have hardware. He probably doesn't have a one-up cab.
You know, Vladi Gorichevex or whatever his name is, like Vladi, you got to understand this, right? You know, you have to sell a certain set of hardware to become commercially viable. That's what Unico does. Unico, if you look at that hardware, it's not more advanced than, say, Frogger, you know, really, right? And I know that Hilo has had hard times trying to program for that because they finally got Windjammers up and they finally got these other stuff up, but you don't see them have PS1 up. You don't see them have Dreamcast up, all that stuff. My point is, it's not always about the hardware, right? It's about the development, software development talent.
The aesthetics.
Aesthetics too. I'm not talking about, I'm just talking technically, right? Yeah. You can have a certain set of hardware that we have, as well as Unico has, and a good programmer will be able to program Simpsons Bowling on there correctly, or Killer Instinct on there correctly. It takes a lot of development resources, which definitely cuts into our margins, but it is possible, and we're showing that it is possible. So don't tell me anything about like my hardware or whatever. That's irrelevant, right? We'll continue.
Well, I mean, I don't know, man. I think
let's talk about because
if you think about your early cabinets that you came out, like your Gen 1s or whatever.
Sure.
I mean, you really just need to get your investment has to be like in a board that's going to do what it needs to do to pump out the games that you're going to put on it. 100%. So you're not gonna put a heavy, you're not gonna drop some heavy metal on a cabinet that's just gonna be Pac-Man and
because you don't need to, right?
You don't need to, yeah.
You don't need to. That's what I'm saying.
When you start stepping up to something like Killer Instinct, I mean, the boards that you used back when you did the Pac-Mans and the early models, those boards just aren't gonna cut it. I mean, that's
100%.
That's just science, right? I mean, that's just technology. It's not gonna work. So I guarantee you that the board that you're using for Killer Instinct is a hell of a lot different than what you used for your early versions of all your other cabinets, right?
No one doubts that. No one doubts that. But a lot of people were saying that within our current hardware, we couldn't do Simpsons Bowling. We couldn't do Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct under Pi 4 doesn't really run that well, right? Simpsons Bowling on a Pi 4 doesn't have voices, right? It does take development talent. That's the way there's a balance. Of course, why would anyone put a super, quad core board on Pac-Man when it doesn't need it? That's not commercially viable. Everyone, you're just talking to the choir. But what I'm saying is, like, if you want to criticize our board, Mr. Unico fan, and again, like I say this just because it's friendly rivalry, right? Yeah, Mr. Unico fan, like Unico's hardware isn't that much more powerful than some of our Gen 2s, right? But what we do in Arcade 1-Up is invest in real software development. We spend millions of dollars on them. That's why you're able to see something on a low-level quad-core chipset able to run KI and able to run Simpsons Bowling. So that's all I'm saying, guys. I'll get off my soapbox. Sorry, this is not even my show. I just wanted to,
not even a soapbox. That's actually reality. It has nothing to do with that.
Good point.
I can program a very intense modern day fucking video game on our current chipset on their H6 or A40 winner, all winners on that. It will just take millions of dollars in development time and money, right? It's just a balance. We have to balance whether we're going to go to the next set of chipsets that cost 2.5 times our current chipset, and then we go, okay, will that decrease development costs, or will it increase overall the budget for for the chipsets? It's a balance, right?
And speaking of balance, John D, we've got another man I'd like to welcome, my good friend RetroRalph.
I'm waiting for my time to talk, but
yes.
Dun, 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 dun. It's on.
We have Rocky in the house.
Here we go.
We got video.
It's a party.
Oh, it's a video.
Damn.
Okay, anyway.
He's putting his mug out there.
What's up?
What's up, RetroRalph? Welcome to the party.
What's going on? I figured that was actually
motherfucking Ralph.
That's supposed to be John D intro music, but it didn't really work. Oh well.
Now you can't monetize on this video anymore just because you did.
Wow.
I'll pay Zod some money right now for it.
Oh my gosh.
What's your max?
I don't even know what you guys are talking about.
Hey, what do you have to say, Vladdy?
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not hating on a 1-Up at all. I'm just saying
you just hated on the last.
No, you know what? There's nothing wrong with some healthy competition.
You want me to read it? No, of course not. Look, you know what? It's just how you fight. Do you fight fair,
good to have
or do you fight dirty? Hey, you know what? Like, read back your post. This is why I got on. You know, I didn't criticize Unico like you criticize Arcade One Up right here. So I'm just saying, you know, you want to talk, you want to fight. Let's fair
their
fight.
opinion. All I was
No,
saying.
okay, now you're saying entitled opinion.
Hold
I'm
on.
just saying is how you.
All I was saying is
Go ahead.
basically there's options out there. So we got other cabs out there. We got
That's
cabs.
not what you said, though.
We got better
That's not what you
cabs. We
said.
got. I'm just saying to have.
But that's
a
not what you
cab that
said.
can
Just
do
be
50
accountable,
games.
Vlad. Just be accountable for what you said. That's what he's looking for.
Just
Just
not
be
what you
accountable.
said.
I'm accountable for saying what I said because it's my opinion,
Okay,
right?
that's all I'm saying. No,
That's all
okay,
he wants.
if that's your opinion, right? Look, you know, I'm not here to kind of bash on the competition.
So that's
which
I mean, that's a
never
good
did.
question. That's
Which
a
I
good
never
question.
did.
So what I
Go
guess
ahead.
what Vlad was saying was it had to do with I guess what he said was that the board that you were using, you know, you're trying to squeeze in Simpsons bowling. So I guess the question is, did the delay for Simpsons have to do with the development of Simpsons bowling?
100%.
Right. So I mean, maybe
100%.
that's kind of where that's coming from. You know,
No, I don't know. I mean, you can speak for Vlad. Vlad wrote.
No,
what
hold
he
on.
wrote.
You can answer. So you're saying it was the delay? That was the delay, right?
Of course.
Okay,
not?
that's fine. It was just
what's wrong with that?
something. It's something I
But
asked. That's all.
No, but that's not what you said, dog. You said something about our crap hardware and all that, and that's why I wanted to address.
No, I said
and
the
educate
hardware
people.
was the problem. You put the same hardware in all your cabinets, right?
What's wrong with that?
Well, what's wrong is it's caused the delay, didn't it?
Yeah. So what? What's wrong with
So
causing
you're
delay?
trying to
We gotta
put
get it
games
right.
that you can't handle in your.
But we
cabinets.
did handle it, didn't we?
Well, you did after you tweaked everything.
Right. We ain't gonna release it until it's done right, just like Dragon's Lair.
See, this is
but
the
don't
thing.
you think
Let
what
me interject
Unico
real
is
quick.
doing? And just to say, I don't work for Unico. I'm just a
Okay,
fan.
you
Just
sound like it.
Can I interject really quickly, Zod?
You
Let me
sound
interject.
like it.
One Up is not looking at themselves and one where you think we're all looking at them. They're looking at much bigger. Their ambition is bigger. They're looking at Xbox and PlayStation. Why is it okay for PlayStation and Xbox to delay their games for months and months and months, but it's not okay
endless One
for
Up.
One Up? But it's
Sorry,
not okay
God, sorry.
it's not okay for One Up to delay their stuff. If
Yeah,
they want to
man.
delay it like
What's wrong with
PlayStation
that?
and like Xbox wants to delay their stuff, they can.
And we
delay their
got
stuff
it
too.
out before Christmas,
I kind of
dog.
feel like it's an irrelevant argument just
It
because
is.
if I work
So
for a
irrelevant.
technology company, and there are times where our software isn't ready, so we're going to delay it so that the customer outcome is better. I like, honestly, no matter what company you support, I know people get disappointed by delays, but if the delay outcome is good, then what's the point of bringing it? Like, it's kind of a silly argument in my opinion.
It is. It's so
Exactly.
silly because you know what? Like we ain't trying to release stuff, and we've done this in the past where it's not ready, right? Because then you have customer service issues, you got fans complaining, all of that stuff. So we'd rather
But that's
delay
going to
things.
happen no matter what, right?
It is, right?
No
But,
matter
like,
what
why-
company it is, people will be disappointed
Ralph.
if you say one thing and do another. But if the outcome is a positive one, then I think it's an irrelevant argument. So I'm kind of like
100%,
siding with
amen.
what you're saying on that one.
I
Amen,
agree
Ralph.
too. Better take
I
the
agree.
time and do it right.
Oh, sorry, Papa Brad.
Absolutely.
Well, don't you think if you put the right hardware in the first place, you wouldn't have got to this point?
So what are you talking about? Right hardware?
Oh, you
don't
could have a
educate me?
Lamborghini
No, hold on,
without a
everyone.
crappy driver.
I want Vlad to tell me. What do you think
Well,
the right hardware is?
Right now, Unico is bringing out a different type of board that we can plug and play into the MVSX, and that's going to be a board that can handle console systems such as Dreamcast all the way up to 2008. So
And-
I'm just saying that.
Okay, you want that
It's
one?
going to have those games legitimately licensed, or that's going
Yeah.
to be a kind of sideload pirate deal.
Is it sideload pirate? Are you telling
I mean,
me the high-low
come on.
community? No, hold on. Let's
hold
talk
on.
about this.
Why
now.
are we mentioning Hilo?
No, because I'm mentioning it. Because I've heard rumors, right? Are we saying that there is a community like the high-low community trying to make ROMs and games for this Unico product? Yes or no?
No, I'm not. They're not doing that. I'm just saying Unico's coming
Okay.
out with the board.
Whoa,
My
okay,
cock-
time
my
out,
cock
time out.
hurts.
Let me
My
ask
cock
about
hurts.
this though. So, which multicade has the bring your own games feature?
Exactly.
At games.
Okay, and why is that games like not part of the conversation then when we're talking about that?
I didn't bring up at games. You brought up at games.
I just brought up bad games because they're
doing
like,
the same
it's a
thing.
feature.
No,
like
no,
for them,
hold
it's a
on.
feature.
That's not
Bring
the
your own
question.
games. You know.
That's not the question I asked. That's not the question I asked. Is a community out there? Is there a community out there? I'm not going to name names. Trying to develop ROMs for this particular product. Yes or
Hey.
no?
From what I know of, no.
Oh, okay. All right. My cock hurts. Where are you? My cockers, where
Hey,
are you?
can I mention names? Am I allowed to mention names?
Go
I
ahead.
love
Go
mentioning
mention
names.
names. My cockers, where are you? Okay, because I heard rumors, right? I heard some rumors.
Well, we
That's
all
what I'm
hear
saying.
rumors, right? But
Yeah, for sure. But rumors are rumors. They generate from somewhere.
but I
I don't
think it's a
under- I
great
don't
idea.
understand why
Like,
everyone's
you're-
acting
you're
like
getting
this
a
board
board
is-
that you're gonna plug and play into the MVSX rather than make a whole bunch of other cabinets. Isn't that something that does the community well? I know it's people
You know-
like I know all these people want to make money. It's all about money, but it's also about the community and getting that like helping out.
Yeah, it's different. It's different when a company, right, does practices. Well, look, MAME and all that is for the community. It's great for historical, purposes, being able to save ROMs for the community to play. If you have a copy, you can always, do that. When a company starts getting involved in that comes into a certain gray area. So, that's all I'm going to say about that. But I just don't want any other community or any other company working with the community to bring out ROMs, specifically a product that's coming out soon that's going to, go into licenses that they don't pay for. That's all I don't want. That's it. Okay.
Yeah,
a commercial use.
that's
A commercial
that's fair.
use.
It's
That's
a
all I
great
want.
topic to talk about because,
Yeah.
like I brought it up earlier about the Steam Deck. What I like about the Steam Deck is that it's going to be open. Like I can use it however the hell I want. It's going to be a PC, and on a PC, I use emulators.
Mhm.
On a PC, I do all sorts of stuff, but it's my freedom to do it. And they're
Yeah, sure.
keeping the system open. They are never shy about the fact that you can do whatever you want. They don't specifically say, "Oh, you can add your ROMs and add your own retro games and do all this sort of stuff," but they have said that it's open and that you can do what you want with
Yeah.
it. So, like the way I see this PCB thing, they're going to have their own, ecosystem or whatever they're going to do, and with the store and all
Okay.
that kind of stuff. But
Here's a
it
question.
sounds like we're going to be able to do other things with it,
Here's
and
the
that's
question.
the
What's
community
so wrong?
thing.
What's so
Mhm.
wrong with putting ROMs on like a flash cart, and then that's okay? By the way, RetroRalph, I'm a huge fan. I've seen a lot of your YouTube videos. I like the one you did with Street Fighter, how you remastered. So I'm just saying, when you add ROMs to a flash cart, that's okay, but then you can't do that on arcade cap.
No, that's not what I'm saying. Right? That's
But
exactly
it's
not what.
similar thing.
No. There's a big difference, guy. There's a big difference, my friend Vlade, right? When you have ROMs, right, the community has built in MAME a community where these programmers are taking these ROMs and making it play on different computers, whether it's Pi4 and everything else, right? The community can share these things. Fair use says if you have a copy of a game, you're able to make a backup, right? Where it becomes illegal, right, is when a commercial company uses MAME. Where a commercial company uses MAME in such a way without a license, because commercial companies can use MAME as long as they have the license, and that's a cheap way to do it. But no, listen to me. When a commercial company, can say that they have an open source, but in the background work with developers to create content for them, that's a no-no. And that's all I'm saying. I just don't want that to happen because
This is
it
just
hurts the entire
personal use.
industry.
If somebody's
It's just, I'm telling you, Vlade, I'm schooling you on like fair use. This is. I know a lot about this. I'm almost like a lawyer because I read hundreds of contracts every day.
Oh my God, it's the Moat.
Moat, hey Moat,
What's
can you
up?
school my brother over here? Come on.
What's up, Mike?
Oh, I was gonna eat popcorn and just sit back and listen. But
Well, I didn't know if you wanted to come on or not, so I just brought you in. I
Dude,
figured-
it's Brady
well, fine. Hi, everybody.
I
I'm
figured
Marcus
it's a
at the end of the
party.
show.
It's a party. You're
Hey,
welcome.
it's a party. Then. I'm just listening to the shenanigans.
Yeah,
This
no,
is like
I-
a Brady Bunch. Who should be in the middle? I don't
I
like.
should be in the middle.
Yeah, I
Take
think
Vlade out
John-
of there, man.
Hey,
Take
how
Vlade
do
out
you
of the
switch
middle, man.
that? How do you switch that?
Take him out of there. Okay, last thing I'm going to say about piracy, because I know it's a tough subject, and I know, you know what, this is a sensitive subject. I'll just say is that,
There we go.
look, MAME and the sharing of ROMs and all of that, please, not for commercial use. And that's all I'm saying to my commercial partners. Community, do what you want, but be careful. That's it. That's all I'm going to say on the subject, and I'm not going to speak on it.
Wait a
anymore.
second. I don't like John D on top of me. That seems wrong.
Don't lie.
He already beat me in Big Blue. By the way, Vlad, why don't you battle him in Big Blue?
He got none on me. I
I'm
guarantee
saying
you.
you feel better.
Nah, he got none on me.
All right.
I like
you're
my
probably
spot.
right.
He got none on me.
You're probably right.
All right, did I make things awkward? I just wanted to say.
No. I mean,
Come on.
like I said, this is a party. You can say
This
what
is a
you want to
party.
say. I mean,
I
it's a
should be
party.
able to. People say in the chat all they want to say. I just want to.
Well, John, how do you feel about this new board that the MVSX is coming out with Unico?
How do I feel about that? I have mixed feelings about it, honestly.
Do you think it's something great for the community? Because it's all about the community, isn't it?
Is it great for the community? It's
That was a weird.
I love the condescending, remarks. Vlad.
I want to
You have a lot of.
Is it great for the community?
You have a lot of
You know what?
passive aggressiveness.
I
in
will.
you,
I
buddy.
will. I will
Can I
leave that
say
to
it
the
a different
community.
way?
Okay.
Here.
I want
I
to.
do
I want
not.
to say something that has nothing
Will
to do
you
with
wipe
it. If
your
it's
ass
good.
with the sandpaper if you
Oh my God, Kong is on. How
Bloody,
many can you?
man.
How many can you have? What's the max?
I don't know. I don't know.
I just want to say
Fill it
one
up.
thing. I just
Fill
want
it
to say one
up.
thing, and then I can leave. I'll leave after
Let's
this.
put
No,
Jeff
don't
on here.
leave. Don't leave.
I just want
Don't
to
He
say
leave.
doesn't
one
want to be a
thing.
part of this.
I want to say the smoking gun thing that no one
Go
seems
ahead.
to be talking about because
Say
no
it.
one.
No,
Yeah,
say it,
the
Ralph.
freaking board is a JAMA board. Okay.
Okay.
So all right, it's this. This is that it's got a JAMA edge connector, right? So what doesn't
Preach.
make sense to me is everyone's like, I'm gonna just shove it in my 1-up. You can't shove it in your 1-up. You actually can't. Like you can't technically do it until you rewire the whole thing. So I don't understand. It's not like this slam dunk that all these 1-up people or at games people are gonna stick this JAMA PCB in their thing. So there's reconfiguration that needs to happen. Now will Unico create some sort of JAMA connector that connects directly into their encoder board? Maybe. But they're not saying that. So to me, it's just a JAMA board. There's zillions of JAMA boards out there that are multi-boards. Maybe it's a more powerful one, but it's not like this game-changing thing. Anything this thing can do, you can either do with a PC already or another JAMA, or some kind of board, another board. Like, it doesn't make sense. And then the other thing that doesn't make sense is the talk track is, I can shove it in my arcade, like an arcade with a CRT. Well, you can't because it doesn't support 15 kilohertz, so you can't support a CRT.
No
so
way.
what it really is for is to put into an arcade cabinet that I'm going to put one of the Phoenix LCDs in. So I'm ripping out the CRT, which is good for preservation.
Frankenstein
and I'm putting
that
an
shit, bro.
LCD in. It's a stupid,
Wow.
like, honestly, it's kind of a dumb product, and it's not anything new.
Damn.
It's not anything new, and I guarantee you.
Well, Ralph
I know
knows
you
this
watch.
stuff.
I know you watch the channel, Vlad, but I guarantee you, anyone that says they don't work for Unico usually does. And honestly, no one works for Unico. No one works for Unico. You try to find me a person that actually works for Unico.
I don't see him on LinkedIn. I don't
No
see him
one
on
works for
LinkedIn.
Unico. It's not. It's
Hey, yo,
like not
Vladdy,
even.
respond. Vladdy, respond to what he said. Is he?
I would trust what Ralph says because Ralph is in that space.
That's all I am.
I want somebody that works for Unico to join this stream
It
right
ain't
now.
gonna happen,
I would too,
dog.
but I'm just
I'll
a
tell you
fan.
It's
one
That's all.
thing.
mysterious.
Well,
Unico
Ralph knows
has
as well
all
as
this. Unico
Look,
has all this mystery behind it. No one knows who works for Unico.
Bill does.
We need
Bill
to
does.
trust. Listen, guys, we
Bill
need
knows.
to listen to Ralph because Ralph is in the space. He's in the arcade
ahead.
space, the
I'm
authentic
sorry, I didn't mean
arcade
to,
space.
I
so
didn't
he
mean to
should
come
know
off
this
like
stuff.
a dick, but what
So-
I'm saying is the board itself, it's a JAMA board, so you need to have a JAMA harness. So unless you're building interfaces for the existing cabinets, it's not like to say it's compatible with 3/4 cabinets just isn't true. It technically doesn't work.
That's one of the first things I mentioned when we first started this show too, is that I don't really know too much about it, and it has that JAMA piece on there, and there's no way that's going to connect to any of the
Here, we're gonna do
cabinets,
show and
so,
tell.
yeah.
We're gonna do show and tell. I'm gonna
Okay,
come
hold
back.
on. Before you go there,
No, we're
Vlad,
doing show and tell. No, we're
Vlad.
doing show and tell. I'll be back.
Okay, yeah. Okay, Vladdy, I have a question for you, Vladdy. This is John D.
Isn't this fun?
Vladdy.
Yeah, I'm listening, John D. Go
Shots
ahead.
fired.
Yeah,
Shots
my
fired.
question is this good for the community?
The conversation.
No,
The product. After you're hearing all what Ralph
Well,
said.
we're gonna find out, right?
No, I'm asking you.
I don't know
You
yet.
asked
We're
me.
gonna find out. I asked you
Then-
the same question.
Yeah, then I don't know yet. I'll give you the same answer.
I mean, I think if it's a conversation and people are excited about it, I mean, I don't see how that's
wait, time out.
While you guys are on, I'm just gonna wire up.
Yeah,
my,
sure. Show and tell.
No, I'm just wiring up. I'm just wiring up my JAMA board
Let
to my
Moat speak.
Just
Moat
give me.
speak.
I'll just be doing this while you guys talk.
Oh, I
Let
was just
Moat
gonna ask.
speak.
I was just gonna ask the
Pow,
dumb
pow.
question. If you don't know if a product is good for the community, then why is it being released in the first place?
There you go. There you
The
go.
community's been doing do-it-yourself stuff though for years. They've been modding cabinets and
Right, but this is the actual
Changing
company
everything.
selling a product to
Exactly.
the community. So if
Obviously,
the company
product has
themselves
been
don't know,
tested before they start selling it. So
but it's still what is the functionality that it
Well-
serves for the community.
That's a great point, Mo.
Yeah, I
It is
agree.
great.
with Mo.
Hey, John
and
D,
like
you-
I love my MVSX.
This
but,
is
like, wouldn't it
compatible
just
with
seem
your-
like to be
Is
selling is like
This is
parts.
compatible with your shit, right? I can plug this into your control panel, or
Hell no.
I'm trying to figure out.
Hell no. Fuck no.
Oh my god, I laughed so hard. I
All
clicked
right,
the
I'm
back.
sorry. I'm being
Come on, man.
I'm being
That's
kind of a
funny.
jerk. But the reason why I'm being a jerk is because
why?
people don't read anything anymore. They just
just
look
read the
at the stuff
headlines.
like I love Michael B, but he did a video on this thing and he doesn't know anything about it, and nor does anybody on here. You guys don't know
I don't.
anything about the board.
I don't.
You just know it's a powerful board that can play more powerful games, but someone needs to, from Unico, say, well, how is this JAMA connector going to connect to my existing anything? Even their system uses USB, and it uses like a USB encoder or an equivalent of a USB
It's been 2
encoder.
days. We can give them a little bit more time.
Oh,
I know, but
actually,
they don't-
no,
they don't-
that's
but
not
Vlad,
true.
They don't tell you shit, Unico.
So
I've been
you
trying
do
I've been, no,
work
hold on.
for
I've been trying
Unico.
to talk to Unico. I've been trying to talk to Unico
It's
for
only been
months.
2 days. We just announced
No,
the
listen to
product.
me. Listen, I've been trying to talk to
Right,
Unico for
right.
freaking no.
Pow,
Hold
pow.
on. Hold on. I've been trying to talk to Unico for months about their stupid Phoenix monitor series. Do you have a mount? Oh, we got one. We got one. Where is it? Can I see it? How do I mount it in my system? Oh, we have one. We have one. Oh, okay, cool. Hey, I thought you said it was 4x3, but other people are saying it's 5.4. Oh, yeah, it is. Well, what is it? Like, they don't even know what they're selling. They don't even know what they're selling. They're making products for those monitors are 100% for arcade owners that don't want to. Okay, I get it. Barcades want to keep the machines running. Barcades want to make money. So they're going to rip the CRTs out when they fail and put LCDs in. That's what those are for. The 17 inches are probably leftover bullshit because they didn't sell as many MVSXs as they thought. So they'll try to market those as replacement one-up screens. And the rest of them, no reputable arcade collector is going to buy those Phoenix monitors. They're
Looking
not
good,
gonna.
John.
It's a product for
Right,
arcade
right.
owners, really. That's it. It doesn't make any sense to market it to the 3/4 scale scene. They're not products made for them.
It's misleading.
The board could potentially be cool if you're into multicades, but it's not going to be this like plug it right in unless they develop some kind of adapter. All right, I'm done. I didn't breathe for 5
Hey,
minutes.
that's awesome, Ralph. Thank you for your knowledge because it
I
had
would
to
clap if
happen.
my microphone's right here.
Yeah,
so.
We
but
need
because
an
Vlad-
expert. We need an expert to talk about.
Well,
this
I'm not
stuff,
an
so we
expert,
appreciate
but-
it.
No,
But-
well, you are an expert. You are in the arcade industry. Thank you
Yeah.
for all of your help.
And you've given more of a clear answer than anybody else has about this board in the last 10 minutes that I've been here.
But here's
So
the thing, I'll give them the benefit. One last thing, and I promise I'm
Exactly.
done. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. If they can figure out how to build a connector, right? Because it is a JAMA board, so we know you're going to need a JAMA harness, right? If they can build something that goes from this to, like, let's say we all know how one-ups have that ribbon cable that goes from their PCB to their little encoder board, right? If they can build something that maps those controls to this, then it would technically work. But here's the thing. One-ups encoder boards are different in every model they have almost. So it would have to be a different interface for every one. So it's going to be more of a modding product, like a product where someone wants to rip out the guts of their one-up, rewire it. But JAMA being more of like an arcade standard, it's a lot more complicated than just regular USB. So like a USB encoder. So I don't, that's when I said I don't understand what the product's for. Because if it's just for modders, we all know that we're a small part of the community, not enough to sustain a business. Otherwise, John D at OneUp would be selling replacement parts and freaking encoder boards and stuff, but they know that's not a viable business, so they don't.
It's not.
So I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. I don't know. Sometimes you have to think about it from a business standpoint sometimes, and I look at Unico and I go, I don't get it. It might be a cool product, but is it going to be sustainable? And one more thing, and I promise, that that Fun R1 product, I bought that thing when it was listed on the website. Then the website disappeared. You can now get it again. But all of a sudden, that's being remarketed too, which is kind of a weird thing. And I had someone contact me after I did my video, and they're like, I bought the Fun R1. What's up? It still runs beta code. I'm like, I don't know. They pretend
You know
like
what?
it doesn't exist.
That kind of reminds me of a YouTuber deleting a channel, then putting it back up.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So,
I'm sorry.
wait,
I'm sorry for the
Ralph, before
outburst.
you go, can I ask you a question? You
ask me
did the
anything you
review on the MVSX caps. What do you think of it still?
Oh my gosh, it's like so irrelevant right now.
I sold it, but I did like the MVSX cab. And the other thing that, like, I was very much a heavy promoter of the product because I thought it was cool. It was something different. You could run, a NEO-GEO specific cabinet, and NEO-GEO's systems started to go a little bit up in price. So I think it was kind of a cool idea. I actually really liked the MVSX. I thought though that they were gonna, the rumor at least was that they were gonna create like a newer skinned cabinet and try to work with, like, let's just say Data East. I don't know. Well, I would have said Konami, but
yet, right? They're a relatively new company, and there's a lot of options for them.
I just, Vlad, with all due respect, I don't think there's much of a company there. That's the thing. Like, I don't really feel like it's a company. It feels like a shell of a company when I try to deal with anyone over there. So like, people bag on a lot of these companies, but like when I worked with AtGames, it was very obvious who I was working with, what their job functions were, that they had an engineering team. At Unico, it's like this mystery. It's like a black hole. So I'm like, why? I don't know. Like, it's a weird thing. And then they had that unqualified critic thing where they convinced them to do this stream, and then they didn't really have anything to announce. I don't know, they haven't proven it. It's unfortunate.
Oh, the riser.
They came out of the box swinging. Like, they came out of the box with something really good. Like, they came out with the MVSX and everyone was excited about that. And then it just has fizzled from there. So it feels weird to me. The company just feels like a non-company, but that's just, I don't mean it disrespectfully. I just feel like whenever I try to find someone to work with there, it seems like it's, I don't know, like it's not present. Or it's people that are contractors, but no one knows who the real people are. It's weird.
Well, let's tell the truth here, because everyone's being real here. You cannot go on LinkedIn and find anyone with the title and the company with Unico. Okay. You can't find that. And the people who represent Unico do not represent themselves on LinkedIn. Right. So that should be
that's kind of weird. That's kind of weird, actually.
And yet Unico still has the SNK license until 2023.
That's correct. However, you have to ask them this. Like, I don't know anything about the relationship until today when they told me when the contract ends. So thank you for that. But
if you believe what I'm saying, right?
But I mean, thank you for that.
Yeah, why would you believe me though, right? So
because I think you're affiliated more with Unico than you think. But anyways, I don't know.
I support him
to be.
I
support them too, because we all have the cab, right?
Yeah, the issue is no one is out there saying they're represented from Unico unless there's this like hidden shadow guy who comes up on CES or whatever and doesn't show his face and does a unqualified critics interview. I want everyone to watch that video again because that guy had crazy bad internet. And he did have crazy bad internet. I'm telling you, like that.
Are you talking about Jay?
Talking about Jay.
Yeah. Let's call out Jay. Jay, I'll call you out. I want you to go on ZodWriter's show, okay? This week or next week. I want you to show your face and speak upon this new Unico product.
John, he's not going to do that.
Why not?
I don't think it's fair to call out his internet connection because I have Cox. He probably has Cox Communications like me. So it's just that's not even
that dude had AOL.
No, they're a monopoly. They own everything. So
yeah, that the KFC Wi-Fi is not cool. So
KFC Wi-Fi would be better than my Cox sometimes. So.
Yeah, my Cox.
All I'm saying is nice to have options out there.
Hey, Vlad,
for a new company to come out there and challenge Arcade 1-Up, and now everybody's hating on that company. It's just
no one's hating on that company.
Nobody is hating. We're just pointing out the obvious.
It's not hating. It's not hating. It's not hating. It's not hating because hating would be like I think the product. Because you asked me if I thought the product was good. I do think the MVSX was good. The only thing I wish I had pointed out in one of my reviews is I only played it sitting down as a bar top, and I never put it on anything. And when you do, it's not tall enough, so I didn't catch that. But if there was my only constructive criticism on that product was it wasn't quite tall enough, which then people built risers for it, or the riser thing.
Well, they released a riser, baby.
Yeah, so Riser run
around.
What's up, Nick?
Hey, sorry, I didn't keep track of that.
That was their big CES announcement.
Yeah, they're on the fourth riser.
Bobby Vu fixed it for him first.
Yeah, but what? Someone should ask me what I think about the MVSX. That's newsworthy.
Yeah, well, that's the big question.
MVSX?
What do you think about the MVSX, John D?
Okay, I think from a licensing standpoint that they're able to get SNK is a big win, as mysterious as they are. The fact that they got 50 games or so on that is a big win. I don't like that 48 games are all fighting games. I wish they had more variety. I think that
there's a little bit. There's a little. No, that's
46.
That's not true.
Yeah,
that's not true.
Okay, hold on. Let me finish.
You're doing shtick on that.
There could be more variety, but it's definitely not 48 fighting games.
Come on, man. Let me talk before you get butthurt. I'm just telling you my opinion.
Oh, there's facts. There's facts behind.
Exactly.
Okay,
So
sorry.
we can
I'm
support
sorry.
that, yeah.
Okay, you can rebut.
Could it be more? Yeah, there could be more variety. But
Hey,
come on,
they
man.
asked me the question, not you, Chris. Okay.
Yeah, but you're not saying truthful statements.
Yeah, I know. The
Chris, they asked me
statements
the
you're
question.
saying are not
I
truthful at all.
I caught the
Vlade.
sarcasm.
the
I think
best
there was
show.
some sarcasm in there.
That
No,
was sarcasm
Vlade.
for sure.
Vlade, I fucking hate Vlade Divac. I'm telling you, he's a fucking flopper. I tell you, in basketball.
Hey.
Well, you know
Not
what?
you.
You know what?
What?
If we're going, we're talking about basketball here. Like Vlade Divac's retired. If you want to mention somebody who's from my hood, you can talk about Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, Jokic is dope, dude. Triple-double machine. All the
So
way.
if you want to
hold
call
on.
me Jokic, I have no problem. Stop calling me Vlade Divac.
Okay, I'm sorry. My bad, dude. My
I agree
bad.
with Steve's comment.
I'm a
Amazing.
bad. Jokic is dope. The Joker, I love. Okay. Anyways, let me finish what I like about MVSX. Okay, right? It's red. I like it. Looks like Big Red. I wish they could change the the little signage so I can have like different tabs where I can change the games with all those 50 games for sure, right? I wish I had online. I wish that the coin doors were a little bigger, right? I wish the riser was a little taller so it can match one of my arcade.
I wish it was a little bit taller. I wish I was a baller.
right?
I wish I had a girl who looked good. I would call her.
Now, John. Now this is the $1 million question.
Yo.
Do you currently own an MVSX
Yes.
in your arcade collection?
Yes, I can't show it though because my boss would be mad.
Like a Pepsi guy drinking Coke.
I love the
That's real.
machine. I love the machine. Okay, I
Like a
own an MVSX.
Pepsi guy drinking Coke.
Yeah, I own that. I own 2 iArcades.
What? Unsub
Why
to
do
me
you own-
right
wait,
now,
hold on.
John.
Wow.
No, wait, hold on. Why do you own
Eggs
two?
Legacy
You
Cam.
know why?
No,
Never mind.
John, you're
Wait,
hurting
you
my
gotta know
soul.
your
People really need
You're
two of
hurting my soul,
got to
John.
know
for
your
saying that.
competition.
I wanted the
Nothing wrong
space
with
ace.
iArcade.
I
The
wanted
whole
this.
subject has changed because John owns 2 arcades.
Right,
I wanted
right,
the space.
right.
I
Why
wanted
do
the
you
space
own
ace
one?
skin.
Why do you
I
own one?
wanted the space ace skin because we ain't gonna do it, and I wanted just the regular black version because the other one sucks. But anyways, I had 2. You know.
You hurt my soul.
Now the big question. Now the question is: are you going to get the Toe Jam and Earl themed I arcade?
No one's getting that.
No, I agree with you, H.
Shotgun
Sean is getting the toe.
Bro,
There's one
I
person.
swear we talked about this last night. I swear. to
Shut
God.
up.
Guys, the stream yesterday that they
swear to
did
Christ.
to reveal that, I swear my head was spinning the way they were talking about that Toe Jam and Earl cab. You know, Papa Brad, because you were there yesterday cheering along with all those other cult members. And I swear to God, that was the scariest arcade stream I've ever seen in my life. That
was it 90 minutes?
scary.
Was it 90
Oh,
minutes
it was
or was
scary.
it 100 minutes?
Oh my-
They could make a Mr. Hanky the Christmas Pooh skinned arcade cabinet and everyone would buy it. Like, it's just
Yeah, I
weird.
know.
Like, it's a weird thing. But
To be honest,
He kept calling everybody his family, and it was just the weirdest, creepiest thing I've ever seen.
let's be
Hey,
honest,
so
guys.
that Toe Jam one's new? That's a new thing?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I thought
Shotgun
it was like an
Sean
older
loves it.
cabinet or something.
I
that
think
they were trying
Shotgun Sean is the only person who's buying it. Shotgun Sean.
That's the only guy.
No, there were a lot of people that were saying they were going to buy it. They
No,
were
there
all
are a lot of
into
people
it.
that got hyped over it. But how many
But
people?
they,
don't
but they
know?
have to because there's only 100 being made.
Only 100
So
being
Hey,
made, so.
is it still available right
do you,
now?
do you think
It's that
people would be
FOMO.
equally hyped if At Games developed a different skinned cabinet for all the games they have? Like, I think it's if it's a multicade. What I don't get that actually. Like, it's the
If
same
they
cabinet.
do
but
if they do a water margin themed cab, yeah.
By the way, I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, if it's a console game, whatever. That's not even what my beef is. I just don't get why they keep having reskinned cabinets for like every game they put out.
It's
It
the
just
same
seems
thing,
kind of
yeah.
weird.
It's cool though.
Well, there's
Like,
still
I
no
think-
eggs. There's still no eggs legacy cab, so I'm
Not
really
yet.
upset about
Not yet.
that.
Not yet.
Art
They
is
might stop
I
it.
know you,
subjective,
you
though.
guys busted balls on eggs, and I went and looked up what one of those eggs original cabinets are worth, and they're like
Expensive
$1,500 or
That's
$2,000.
Yeah.
There's only 3
You're welcome.
cabinets.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome, community. You're welcome.
Oh my God,
So
that
really,
was.
Zohar's saving people like $1,500 by getting an IRK.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. I mean, my God, the way they were yesterday on that iArcade stream, I was literally like nervous for all the people on that stream. I was like, wow, like you guys are really eating this up like it's the greatest cabinet ever.
Who is this Sharon Peters? She
I know.
said
Who
John
knows?
D
Does
looks
anyone know who
hot.
Sharon Peters
And
are?
Oh,
She's
shit.
always coming in.
cover. She's saying a
No
lot
way.
of flirting
Sharon.
with John D. Big
Is she?
time.
Is it a real lady though?
I don't know. Could
She
be.
is.
I don't know.
Sharon.
I don't know.
I wouldn't-
She's
I wouldn't
come up on
bank
a
on
few
it.
different ones.
That,
She's
that's
come-
Arcade
she-
Amy's sister.
Bye,
She came into
Vlade.
one of my. She
Bye,
came into one of my
Vlade.
things. She
Bye,
was trying to say
Jokic.
that. She was trying to say something about Mason earlier. She was talking about Mason, so I don't know who
I don't
she
think
is.
that's her
but-
real picture, but if that's your real picture, go DM me, girl.
Come on, man.
Let's just give that another pow because for real.
That's awesome.
Oh my
Hey, where did
goodness.
Vlade go though?
I don't know.
Vlade, dude.
He dropped
You know
out.
what? He
Couldn't take
doesn't
the.
know.
He had to clock out of a Unico. He had a Unico time card and just
He
clocked out.
doesn't
No,
know.
but-
I'm a
Listen, I would
don't-
love to talk to somebody from Unico. I really
No.
would. It would be fantastic, but I
Yeah, what's
don't-
his name?
yeah.
What's his name again?
Jay.
Jay. Go Jay. This is Jay. This is John from Arcade One Up. You know, we email each other. We know we linked in each other. Okay, I'm challenging you, Jay from Unico, to go on ZodWriter's show next week.
He'll never
No.
do it. He'll
I
never
will.
do
I
it.
want all the Unico fans to insist it because the
Insist.
fans want to know. The fans want to know
John-
more
John
about
D,
this
bro.
product. What?
If we could get him on, would you come on as well?
100%.
I
That's
But he
it.
won't. He won't walk
Do it
me
on
on
Weekly
there.
Retro Party.
Hey, you know, ZodWriter first because ZodWriter is a big Unico.
Th-
He deserves
We're
it.
here.
Oh,
We're
yeah,
here.
that's
Let's
true.
do it here. Let's let you hear the man. He's calling you out.
I
Be
mean,
man about it, baby.
you
Jay-
could do it. You could do it, and just put on one of the front man masks. You gotta show your face.
Yeah, I'm gonna wear one of those Squid Man.
Right.
Yeah, I got that from
Listen,
last
listen.
Halloween.
The idea of having like a friendly. I don't want to say debate,
Yeah,
but
friendly debate.
maybe a debate between
Conversation.
Jay from Unico and John D from Arcade One Up. I
Set it up.
would love to host that. That would be
Set
fantastic.
it up, Zod. This is for you. I will do this for you because I support everybody.
Do it in the
You-
form of a
He
He
Yeah.
does
You
support
can
everybody.
put
He
him
was
on-
on Endless One Up like last night. He
Yeah,
really
dance for a
making the
show.
rounds. He's making
Dance
the
for a
rounds.
show, man.
He's making the
my
rounds
first
for
live
sure.
show. Thank
You guys
And what
want
the fuck you doing here, anyways? You didn't say shit here.
Well, because everybody's fucking talking.
Okay, what you got to say?
Well,
And let's
nothing
make
now.
the let the
Yeah, what do
Boston
you
come out.
think
Just
about
let the
all this?
Boston
What do you
come
think
out.
about all
this,
this?
Dan?
This one up.
If
Man.
nobody saw, if
Well,
you guys
so
don't
it's
sub,
hilarious because
Go
like
ahead.
I sit in the iArcade streams for about 10 minutes. I'm like, all right, that's about enough of that, and then I leave.
I watched the entire stream yesterday for research
I was
because
like-
I knew we were going to
Hey, let
talk
Dan
about
talk,
this.
man.
Shit,
Dan's
man.
not good
Let
at shutting
Endless
people
talk.
up.
Let
And
Dan
then-
talk. Let Dan talk. Let Dan
Dan
talk.
look like
like,
Seth Rogen.
I'm not gonna open up. I'm not gonna turn on my camera. Sorry about that. But no, like, and I love my arcade, but I think, yeah, the stuff is like way overhyped. I feel like it's like someone's like, oh, look at this freaking Toyota Camry. It's like a freaking Ferrari. It is so awesome. You're gonna get to work faster than you've ever got there before. But you gotta wait 3 hours before we actually reveal what the shit is up here.
Exactly.
And that
But-
does get tiresome, but I still love the hardware. Just like I love my MVSX and I love my Arcade One-Ups. You know,
But why do you like the
Because, like,
hardware, Dan? Why do you like the
Let Dan
hardware?
talk.
I don't understand why he likes the hardware if they deliver two big games. I don't
Dan,
understand.
go ahead, talk. You know what? You're
So why do
fucking
I like the
entertaining. Everyone subscribe to Dan's channel because he's fucking funny.
They got a lot of good modern games. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I agree with Papa Brad.
If,
They have
if
some-
you're not playing it, you don't get it.
I like
mean,
retro. You know what? So like
They got indie games.
this is gonna make me sound like I have a bunch of money and I don't, but I understand the value in something. All right. And like I look at all these like handful of cabinets I have in my room here, and I think that they're all valuable to me. You know, they all like spark joy in me. And why? Because like I grew up playing these games. And in the end, the fact that it's like given to me and I can buy it for not like 2,000, 5,000, and I can actually pick the thing up. Like I could pick up all these cabinets and throw it out my fucking window.
He's talking to you, Retro Ralph.
So
Turn on your camera and do it right now. Do
Well,
it.
I
You
couldn't.
won't.
I couldn't throw it
No
out
balls,
the
do
window.
what you will.
It would fall on top of me and kill me if I tried to pick it up.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying, like I can easily move these. I've moved a lot in my life, and like that's a big bonus. Like to be able to just be like, oh, boop, 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 like throw some blankets over them and off I go. Not like, oh shit, this is like a whole bedroom set. Like that's
He's
what the
not
weight of
calling
an
Roundhouse
arcade-
Rudy to help him.
Yeah,
but I'm not. I think all of the aspects of the hobby are good. I've always said that. Like if
hey,
you,
I'm not
if,
attacking you. So
no,
you
no,
don't
I
need to
know.
fix
I'm
yourself.
just no. I'm actually I'm actually more responding to your average gamer's little
Yeah,
bubble
I'm
in the
just
corner,
fucking with
talking
everybody.
smack right there.
I'm here.
But,
I'm here for the fuckery.
So UAG knows.
Yo,
UAG knows how to.
UAG, you realize you helped create some of that fuckery, right? You know that, right?
I did actually. Actually, I'm the master of fuckery. Have you been to my channel?
Yeah. We're all in it now. We're in the end game, baby.
In all seriousness, though, about all these products, like Vlad, like it actually kind of bugs me that, and I don't know Vlad, but he does watch the channel, so thank you for that. You might not after this comment, but I just feel like, you know, for us to just be open and say the things we don't like, or say that we think that a business decision is a bad one, it's not hate. Like, to me, that's not hate. It's just like an open discussion about what we think.
It's
and
criticism.
You have
and
passion.
passion, yes,
Yep.
passion isn't hate necessarily, but I want to know how they're going to take this and hook that up to my Arcade One. I legitimately want to know
They
that.
make
but
it
it's not
sound
hate.
like it's plugging in a USB drive.
Yeah.
It's not quite that
said,
easy.
hey,
It's not quite that easy.
50-50, it always takes 3 tries, mofo.
But like to Endless One Up's comment, right? We like these products because they're easy, right? We bring them home, we turn them on, and we're playing the game. Like, that's why we buy it for the experience, right? That's what I'd say. Any of them, you buy it for some experience.
Turn and key.
Yeah,
Simplicity.
and if I buy, like, we'll just play a game for a minute. Let's just say this is that new board from Unico. And if I'm just like the average guy, never played with any of this stuff before, I don't wire stuff, I'm going to be like, what the hell? You know, like, so it's going to appeal to a much smaller portion of the community. So is it good for the community? I don't really know because we haven't
hit me
seen
up,
it yet.
Shannon. DM
But
me, bro.
You're so crazy. Dude, I'm pretty sure
DM me, girl. DM me, girl. I love
Sharon is in the basement eating a Subway sandwich on her stomach, and it's looking bad. Like, there's
Oh
no
my
way. That's
God.
not
Let Sharon get in here.
Sharon is
Oh my God! Please, I think I'm the only person that's single. So
I'm on my computer, Mom. Can you please shut up?
If Sharon was a woman, which I doubt
Salted
she
my
is.
game, Zohar.
That's not nice, actually. I feel like
all right, hold
we're all
on.
bad
All right.
people now.
No, I'm 90. If I'm wrong, Sharon, I'm sorry. I'm 99% sure there's no way Sharon's a woman. But if she is, I am sorry.
Photo. Sharon says right here, plug and play. Mason has been doing that for years.
Oh my God, I know who Sharon is.
See, that's
You guys?
weird. Like, what is that?
What does
Maybe,
that mean?
maybe Sharon. Who's Sharon so hard?
I think we
Sharon's
both know.
Mason.
Starts with a J, it ends with a Beth.
What?
Beth.
What? Beth? What the fuck, man?
I got it.
It rhymes with bereft.
No, it's not.
Oh my goodness!
get
Oh
outta
my
here,
God! Are you
man.
are you serious?
Come on.
Because you know what, we can roll the clip if that's the case. I mean, that's
No.
fine.
It rhymes with
Do we need to
clef.
roll the clip?
Can we
So
find out? Can
So
we
that dude has too much mind share in your head,
No,
dog.
No, I agree.
I told him to say
Zohar,
that.
that's-
ZodWriter,
Zohar, all your friends here telling you the same thing.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I tell Zohar stuff. Zohar likes to get advice from me and then do the opposite. That's Zohar's.
That's pretty
Zohar-
much true. That's true.
We all
I'm
love you,
sorry.
Zohar. You know that. We love
Yeah,
you.
I love him, but he doesn't listen to me.
I'm
It
not
makes me
Zohar.
sad.
I'm console fanboy.
No one's gonna
Oh,
roll
yeah,
this
that's
Console
right.
fanboy makes me
Console
sad. He doesn't
fanboy.
listen.
Console fanboy, not Zohar.
Yeah.
Who's
Well,
Zohar?
console fanboy makes things happen. Let's just put it that
He
way.
But
does.
he makes me sad.
I'm
'cause
so
he doesn't listen to-
disappointed. Sharon
He
thought
doesn't
it was
listen to
cute.
Dad.
Man, fuck.
I do listen to you, Dad, but then
No,
I gotta
you
do what
no,
I gotta
have to
do. What
constantly punish. You have to constantly be in timeout all the time. So
You're right, Dad.
Sharon,
Sorry.
Sharon's
It's only
Asian
1
too.
minute.
That's
You know,
how
Ralph.
Sharon's
You know,
avatar
Ralph.
was
There's a
Asian, too.
reason.
Fuck, man.
You know, Ralph. There's a reason why you're in the middle there, bro.
I don't
You're-
want to really.
You're the
be
You have
voice
the most
of you're
subscribers
the
out of
voice
all
of
of us.
you're the voice of wisdom right now, man.
Yes,
You're
the
like
most
you're
sense out
like
of all of us,
sitting
so there's ours in the middle.
No, you're
Really
well,
not.
you're very educated in the subject.
Yeah.
When
Why?
I
You
don't
put
know.
things in holes and turn them on.
God, I wish I put things in holes.
Dude,
It's been so long since I put things in
What
holes.
the hell
it's
are we
crazy.
talking about?
Really endless double entendres tonight, right? I mean, I know it's after 11 o'clock my time, but
It's almost 1 a.m. here.
Yeah, that's what
You
it
guys
is.
have been
It's
going
adult
for
time.
2 hours.
I
say this is
right now.
Oh yeah, this is a party stream.
Two and a half, no, almost 3 hours. Almost 3 hours.
This is the
Is it really 3 hours?
This is the YouTube. This is the YouTube equivalent of a partycade, guys. For real, we're just like.
I think we totally subverted this whole fucking
Unico
announcement stream.
Yeah.
And fucking turned it upside down. My bad.
This wasn't a Unico announcement stream. As a matter of fact, the title.
Don't get mad. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm just.
don't
It's
get mad.
funny. It's
Don't
funny
get
because
mad,
the
dog.
title says the bias against Unico. And I think this is exactly what's been going on, right? Everybody's just talking shit about.
We're just
Unico.
being honest. We're just being
talking
honest.
shit. No
Why
one's
does there
talking
have
shit,
to be?
though.
Why does it have to be negative connotation with
Yeah,
honesty?
Chris.
If it's honesty, why does there have to be negative connotation linked in with honesty? It's just honest criticism. Some people
Hey,
just cannot
Chris.
handle honest.
Products
All these
are coming
all
out.
these
People can
motherfuckers on
say
this
what they
stream
want.
always
It is what it
criticize
is,
me,
right?
and I answer it. Okay, I don't say they hate on me. All these guys, every single one of them have hated on me.
Even
but
me.
not hate.
Even me.
Criticize,
Hate is when you throw the product in the pool. Which, by the way, John, I did
You
do that
did,
with
you
the
did. I
Pac-Man.
saw that.
Hey,
Pac-Man
you
shit,
did that
man.
with the At Games Legends gamer.
Was floating really
Well,
nice.
technically, it was on a floaty, and
That was a flotation device.
Technically,
Flotation
wasn't
device, you
thrown in the
motherfucker.
pool.
I hated
You guys
that.
missed the other. You missed the other video. I actually submerged the product. It was in the water.
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it, dude. I saw
Yeah.
it.
It is
I
not
wanted-
looking
I wanted
for
to
it
kick
for
your
this
ass.
one
But my
video,
whole
we
point,
couldn't
Chris, each
The
person that you
Drunken
see.
Ralph Christmas stream is the best stream.
No,
That's a
Chris.
good one.
With the
I want to
At
say
Games
something, Chris. Everyone here
Thanks, Brad.
has criticized me and my company very harshly. Sometimes
Oh,
I
yeah.
felt very unfairly. But you know what? If you stand by your product and you represent it, you don't say people are hating. They're just criticizing because they love the shit, right? They love the space, and that's why they're passionate about it. So don't think it's hate, dude. I got a lot of it, way more than you think Unico's got today. I don't think we even hate on you.
Well,
I
guys,
already told I love
you know what, John, we got to stop you there because we are. I have the privilege right now of welcoming somebody from Unico to the stream.
No way.
Ladies and gentlemen.
No way.
Yes,
There you go.
as if the stream couldn't get any better. This is
No
like
way.
Christmas.
I don't believe you. I don't believe
This is
you.
like Christmas. We have Jay Mason from Unico.
God. Oh,
And
my
here
God.
we go. Here we go, baby.
You're lying, dude.
Hey guys,
Well,
how's it going?
Welcome. What's up, Jay?
How's your internet, Jay?
Wow.
How's your internet?
Well, then.
Doesn't seem like it's too bad. I don't think.
Zod.
Cover your ass, man.
Jay.
So who's the moderator here?
Plug it
I
up.
am.
Plug it
Oh.
up.
Hey, Jay, what's your last name?
Mason.
Jay Mason. Okay, you got a LinkedIn?
No,
Welcome.
I haven't done one.
Why not? I mean, don't you want to get licenses?
We get licenses without me having to be out there. I've got a CEO of the company that takes care of that.
Okay, I'm just thinking. Usually, for good business practice, you have a LinkedIn. You can. That's how I get some licenses. Sometimes I'd be cold calling people and say, "Hey, let me get your license."
And Jay, with all that
I don't
being
want to
said,
be in the middle right now.
what
we
can you
move on?
tell us? What can you tell us about the new PCB that's coming
Wait,
out?
how about
Jay?
we go on camera though?
Yeah,
How
Big
about we all go
Zohar
on
is
camera?
closest.
Oh
to
my God, this
yeah.
is
Let's go on
epic.
camera, Jay.
There you go.
I
I
don't
like
have
being in the
one right now.
spotlight.
On camera.
I love
I
being in
just
the
got
middle.
notified by a buddy. I don't have one here. I'm at home right now.
Wait, you on your phone or what kind of
Home.
device? No, what kind of
PC.
device?
PC.
PC. You don't have a camera on your PC?
Mm-mm.
What year's your PC?
It's like brand new, but I don't have a camera.
Wait. There's a brand new PC without a camera. What, is it a Dell? What you got?
Is
The
it
desktop.
Adele?
A desktop? What kind of
Yes.
desktop? Well, tell me what brand.
Custom built.
Oh, custom built, but you didn't custom build it with a camera?
Nope.
Oh, all right. Well, my face is on. My face is on camera. You like how I look? Do I look cute?
Oh my God,
Look
I
cute.
can't even show
thinks you're
myself.
Sharon,
right now.
dude.
I'm feeling uncomfortable.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm
No,
just
look,
kidding. You
see,
know,
look,
you guys
here we
don't
go.
know. He don't know
now
me.
That Zod, now
he
that
don't know
Zod's
me.
here,
I just
right,
fuck around.
When Zod has the glowing lights, it makes me feel good. I'm just
All
gonna
right,
share it.
you know,
Hey,
I gotta,
Zod, okay.
I gotta have the
Go
glowing
hard.
lights.
Show your
on.
ugly
The
face.
glowing lights.
Fuck
hard.
no. Fuck that shit. I'm
Go
in
hard.
bed.
Show your
I'm in
ugly
bed
face
naked.
right now.
I'm
We
in
all
bed.
Oh, I
naked.
want to see it.
Bro, I got out
Uncle
of
Brad,
bed
I
for
want to
this,
see
dude.
your
You better
old
turn the
ass. I
camera
want
on,
to see
bro.
your old ass. Put your camera on. Uncle
No,
Brad.
dude.
Yes.
Come
I was
on.
actually getting ready to go to bed when I got
Yeah, it's
Justin from Console Kids contacted me and said, "Hey, be on the show."
Hey, okay. We want to ask you a little bit about the product you announced today. Is that cool?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, tell us about it.
Well, it is reminiscence of what I saw was lacking with the arcade SD. I mean, the arcade SD was out there and speed wise and everything else. It just wasn't there. Plus the price, $300 for that kit. So we wanted to come out with something that was a lot better, would allow it plug directly into JAMA, and you wouldn't have to buy all the extras like you have to do with the Raspberry Pi or anything else like that. And also the fact that we could make it legal by putting licensing out there in a web store for people to be able to download titles and things.
Oh, what licenses do you have?
Oh, we've got numerous licenses.
Like what?
Not at leisure to talk about that right now. Don't have permission from the CEO.
Oh, but you are a representative of the company. You're announcing your new product. The fans in the community want to know what licenses you have. Why is it such a secret? You could just say you just don't have licenses. I just want to know.
Oh, we have licenses.
Okay,
what? We've already proven that with the MVSX.
Oh, so you're saying that the SNK is a fully licensed product of your new product, fully licensed?
I have to.
No, okay. So you don't have SNK, which you should have
Look,
had SNK.
I didn't come on this show to get in arguments.
I'm not getting an argument. We're just asking. Okay, so
yes, you are.
It shouldn't be me asking questions. Someone else asks questions. I don't want to do this.
So I'm really curious about the PCB because I'm a big fan of the MVSX, and
Mrs. Kong,
it was mentioned earlier at the top of the show before I brought everybody on that it's going to be able to be connected. The new PCB is going to be able to be connected to the MVSX, and I wanted to know if you could just tell us a little more about it. Is it going to be like plug and play? What are some of the specifications?
Yes, the version 2 of the board we've got right now. Just the prototype is done, and we're actually going to be producing of the version 2 board, and that will allow plug and play right into the MVSX.
Oh wow!
Just like our 19-inch monitor. Our 19-inch monitor will come out. We're trying to figure out for the bezel right now on that one, but the 19-inch monitor should be plug and play directly into the MVSX also.
Is the CRT compatible? Oh, so I wasn't supposed to ask a question. Okay.
No.
So
it seems to me that those two different things. The arcade SD replacement is really more geared towards someone that has a full size arcade, though. And it seems like you guys are going to create an interface that goes from JAMA to the whatever that is, the JAMA to the the encoder board on the MVSX. But the reason why this community loves to just take little snippets and then talk about stuff they don't know. Sorry, everybody, not this group, but I'm just saying, like, so these are details that people need to have, because then you'll have people doing all these YouTube videos and they don't know what they're talking about.
Correct.
Oh, I could do that too.
Zohar, show your face.
No.
Bitch.
Yo, I was told to come on this to say hi to everyone. So what is this madness?
Hello, Mrs. Kong.
I'm sorry.
I've never actually met Mrs. Kong in person.
I don't ever do that.
I've never been on a live stream with Mrs. Kong before.
You're looking good, though.
I'm excited.
You're looking good, girl.
Hello, thank you. Thank you so much for having us on here.
Zohar's not naked. He lied.
Mrs. Kong just single-handedly diffused the whole entire
I know.
room.
I know.
I'm not here to do anything. I'm here to be here.
Yeah. We get Mrs. Kong. It's a wrap.
Sweet.
I mean,
it's time to be sweet.
Oh, you want
screw that.
Lee's
Get back to
mom
business.
here?
No,
I can call my mother-in-law right now. She'll come join.
No, just you.
We should. No, go back.
We need a little female energy here.
Hey,
that
I'm
would
a bitch,
help.
though. You called me a bitch. I thought I was a female energy. What's up?
I'm sorry. I didn't mean
Yo,
to do that.
this is the only female energy you need.
That's it. That's it. You a lucky guy. You a lucky guy, B.
So
Yeah.
Zod, where do we go from here now?
Let's ask more questions.
Well, no, I was trying to find out. No, I was trying to find out more. The idea. More of what the idea was too behind the PCB as well. Like
it could be used as a replacement for, like, let's say you have a bad PCB, and I've run into that because in the arcade field PCB goes bad, and like certain ones like Revolution X, you can't even get the board anymore because they're just not there. So at this point, by the Millennial Act, as long as you own the board, you can make an archive backup copy and actually play that individual game. So it could be a replacement for old PCBs that can't be replaced.
So this product isn't directly for your own product. This is a replacement for something else that might be potentially failing.
Well, yeah, that, and then the fact that we'll have a web store where you can actually get licensed games. So there's multiple facets to it. And like he was saying, Ralph was saying, the fact that you can go ahead and put it in a cabinet, will directly connect to your JAMA for your arcade cabinet. And we're putting the support in there for the MVSX for it to be connected also.
Right. If it's truly for a licensed game and not side loading, so what licenses have you secured so far?
We're in talks with several, and we've secured a couple.
Which ones?
It's irrelevant.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Well, before we say anything,
why are you
about
asking
these
though,
games-
man? Like,
I mean, but I think the community
you've got
wants to know
products
what
that
they
are in
can-
the pipeline that you can't talk about. I mean, what?
Well, sure,
this is,
but
you
I
know,
mean,
so-
but usually,
and licenses
I mean,
that you can't speak of. So
but we
Well,
do.
why
we
is that
do announce
unusual?
stuff. Because it's an announcement, and if you're saying that you have a store, I think the community wants to know what they can buy. I don't think that's like a bad question.
No, it's not a bad question. It's just it's a product that's not even available yet, but it was announced that it's coming.
Okay.
So I don't know. I'm just saying.
So what? And how is the store going to be constantly updated with more games over time? Is it going to be, or is there going to be like a set amount of games and that's it? I mean, is there limited, or is it?
We'll always keep on doing for more licensing, and also want to get indie developers like Monster Arcade out of Florida came out with a game just recently for arcades, and they were talking about it and everything else. So that's something I definitely want to pursue with them, is to actually have that on our web store for people to be able to download.
I now know the real reason that I am in this stream tonight. So about your licensing. So you guys have shown that you guys are licensed with SNK, correct? And you're mentioning that you have other licensing that you can't speak of.
Correct.
Okay. But you have a storefront that's coming with said licenses, right?
Correct.
All right. I'm just gonna say it because I know everybody else is thinking, and y'all won't say it, but I don't give a damn, so I will.
I get in trouble if I say it.
I know you will, but I won't. All right. So I'm going to say it out as someone who believes in full transparency and, just full like accountability. For someone who was on the board of a company who doesn't have a LinkedIn page and who literally stated that they don't have a $30 webcam to expose their face on TV, and nor can even divulge any kind of information about the licenses that they may or may not have procured for their product, seems kind of sketchy, my guy. Like, I'm sorry, like, but it really is. Like,
I looked at it this way. Everybody thought we were sketchy from the get-go with the MVSX when it came out. They're like, "Oh, it's not licensed." That was proven wrong. Mm-hmm. It's like, "Oh, they're not gonna go ahead and ship it." That was proven wrong.
And then
I don't have right now. I got contacted by somebody to be on this stream. Mm-hmm. I do not have carte blanche to talk about things with this stream right now because I was getting ready to go to bed.
We won't tell anybody.
I'm not in my office.
So you don't have the ability. So you don't have the ability right now to take the opportunity to everyone who's watching who supports
the Queen is
your
talking.
product. You don't have the ability to.
The Queen is talking, everyone. The Queen wants to ask a question.
Sorry, Ms. Console.
The Queen wants to ask a question.
You got it.
Y'all, before you make judgment on anything, make sure you're able to touch it, feel it, and make sure it's real. Then
oh my God!
Yes. Wow.
Until then, we'll have sweet dreams. And y'all know.
Thank you.
All right.
On that note, you went from my hard-hitting journalism.
Jay and Chris, you guys, I want to do in the coming week, sometime within the next within the next month or so, I would like to do a
Dude, come on, he's never coming
stream with just you two, and to
He's never
talk
coming back, dude.
about
Zod,
to talk
he's
about
never coming
upcoming projects and different things. If that's
Yeah, and to say something positive. Thanks
Yeah,
for making the
that's
MVSX.
no
I love
problem.
it.
We can do that.
Just being honest.
May I ask
a bunch
one
of us
question?
own this thing, so remember that.
Let me ask one question.
Go ahead.
So you have the SNK license for the MVSX. Why don't you have that license for this new product?
Because right now, licensing is for the MVSX. We're in talks for the next licensing.
Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Oh boy, John.
Well, this guys,
Fanboy,
this has been fun. This has been one of the most. I will say this has been one of the most entertaining streams I've ever hosted. Wow,
Zod, you're getting 5,000 subs tomorrow.
Dan doesn't
Zod,
need
can you
brains
hear
in
me or
here.
no? Can you
Guys.
hear me?
Just say, everyone shut the fuck up, Dan. Go say your shit. Go ahead. Dan.
Yeah, let Endless talk, yo.
Hey, what do you want me to say? What's going on? I was laughing at Brad. What's happening?
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah, I thought maybe you had
I
something
thought
to
you had your
say.
hand
So.
raised.
Oh,
or
well,
something.
no,
So I wanted to
did
give
say
so I
that.
wanted to give you a chance to get your final
I did
thoughts
say
out
something
there.
earlier. I don't know if anybody heard it, but I think
know, I'm
most of us
sorry.
own the MVSX. So
Yeah,
I do.
you know, even though we're like, hey, it's like because we want you to make better crap, you know, and like, hey, what about like you mentioned like people were like, hey, is this thing coming out? I was like one of the first people to get this thing. I like ordered it as soon as the pre-order went live. I actually sat there and waited for it to like go live. I got spam in the emails and stuff. So like I'm glad it exists, but it felt weird. Like do a little bit better of not making it feel weird. Like as somebody who like creates copywritten like stuff documentation for businesses, like it was shady, and I was like, oh shit, did my money just get taken from me? But like I was like, I just liked it so much that I rolled the dice.
I want you to
Glad I didn't
expand on
get-
feeling weird. Expand on that, please.
Hey, I'm the
So
therapist. I'm the therapist,
that-
Ralph.
Oh, sorry.
So when
I love
go
to
that
know what
website,
it
I felt
feels
it was
like
just-
to be weird.
well, have you watched my channel?
Ooh.
That's what it feels like to be weird.
Man.
No, but what it feels like to be weird is like I'm on that website and I'm like, oh, I could have made this website on like a free website maker. And I'm like, is
Please
this
do it with your
real?
hands
Are these-
first.
As someone who is on this website and someone who creates websites, this is some like not good WordPress crap. Anyway,
So there you go. That's like what I'm
anyway,
saying. It's like,
keep going though.
but yeah.
Hey,
it's
can
not
I
good.
plug my channel? Because if I stay at South
Oh, go ahead, no, before we go-
any longer, I'm gonna
We're
lose
not
my
there
shit.
yet. Everyone's gonna have a chance to plug everything, even
Please,
Jay,
because I'm
okay?
sick of my number already.
Okay, hold on.
I'm staring at the same number
This is
over and over.
Zod's show. Zod is
Okay,
gonna
Zod.
let us know when we can, pimp our
Okay,
products.
and this is where I want to start. So I'm going to start with
Okay.
you, John D.
Okay.
What can we expect from you in the future, sir?
Okay, so we got some big announcements. All right, we got real announcements with real licenses coming up. Okay, so we got T2. That's going to be coming up in January. All right, we got Killer Instinct. Right now, we're in the beta test with a few people who are experts of the game, making sure this is arcade perfect. Okay, we got Ridge Racer coming up sooner than people think. Dragon's Lair, probably a little later, but the big announcements will come at CES. So check us out then. Thanks everyone for your support.
And one more thing, John D. Can you tell us about one more cabinet that's in the pipeline that you haven't mentioned yet?
Running Gun 2.
Okay, which one?
Bubbles.
Anything you want to mention? Like
I can't do it.
hasn't-
I'm already in trouble for joining the stream without permission, so I'm done.
Just say Running Gun 2 and everything's good.
Okay, Run and Gun 2.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh, shit.
All right, and okay, so now we'll go to someone who's been silent. BeeKong, you haven't said a whole lot, so I want you and Mrs. Kong to tell us.
This is the most
what's coming up
entertaining
next.
freaking stream ever, and she just really wanted to showcase, like, she already had 2 glasses of wine and this is her outlet to come out, and she saw me laughing, like, why the hell are you just laughing at your phone? I'm like, because this is fucking funny. And Zod, this is amazing to have this panel here, and I thought it'd be fun to kick Nick out and be the 10th. So
And you brought us the
that's
beautiful
awesome.
Mrs. Kong's R Us, so that's all
Yeah.
you needed to do.
That's
really awesome.
that's half my viewers are really just here for her. So you know,
100%. I'd say more than half.
yeah, John knows it. He's like, this guy does shit
Wow,
streams.
more than half. So
More
like
than
a
half. I would say
fist and
75%. A fist? She said fist.
Yo, B, turn the camera off, man. Yo, it's time for you to go.
I think we might. We actually got kids, so thanks.
You're gonna be
everybody.
making
Have a
more
good
kids
night.
tonight.
All right. Well, thank you for coming,
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you for coming. Yeah, there'll be more. There'll be more content in the future. And let's see here. Who's next?
Chris, what's your pick?
Well, Chris and Jay.
I got no products, but I'm excited about the 19-inch monitor because I want to actually trade it out with one of these MVSX systems. So as soon as I can get my hands on one, I want to try it out, see how it works, see how it looks.
Word.
And Jay, is there anything you could tell us about any upcoming titles that we don't already know about?
At this point, no. But one thing to go ahead and put out there is with the Unico arcade, we will be sending some out to reviewers in probably the next 2 or 3 weeks for them to go ahead and be able to review it, say what they think about it, and stuff like that.
I would definitely love. I would definitely love to do that for sure.
I would love.
Console Fanboy, you want one?
Unico forever.
Unico review unit?
No, I don't.
Okay, Ralph, you want one?
I'm not at liberty to answer your question.
Endless, you want one? Endless wants one.
Yeah, I'll take one.
All right, Mike.
Yo, I'll do it because it's something to do. Sure, why not?
Papa Brad, you want one?
I'll take one. Sure.
Oh, there you go. Jay, you got
My
3 right here.
business
Zod,
email.
Zod, you want one, Zod?
Absolutely.
There you go. Hey, Jay, can you make it happen?
I'll get with you, Zod, and we'll get like contact information and stuff, and we'll get that taken care of.
No problem.
Hey,
Sounds
just
good.
Zod. All you can ask.
No, I'll take one.
No, everybody. I want to get it from Zod, so that way I'm not all over the place trying to get the contact information.
And then Zod send
But yeah,
send your
your average
unit to
gamer.
Mike.
You know,
And Mike send your unit to Endless, and Endless send your unit to Papa Brad.
Are we responsible for disinfecting it first?
You have to. It's COVID, dog.
Not anymore.
Just use your magic UV light. Just go.
He says not anymore. I got the booster.
I did.
Oh God, that was great. Okay, so Mike, where can we find you, and what do you have coming up in the future?
Oh, me, Radio Voice. You can find me here on youtube.com/c/MikeofAllTrades. Have a couple collaborations coming up with Your Average Gamer and some other things in the pipeline. Otherwise, if you enjoy live content, you can see me on Twitch, and you can check my LinkedIn because I actually have one.
Wow, burn. Okay.
Awesome. Okay.
Ouch.
And let's see here. Endless. Where can we find you, and what do you have coming up?
Well, you're not gonna find me on LinkedIn because
you don't got a job, Endless. We know this.
I don't need a job, man.
You don't got a job.
No,
Endless.
but a long time ago, my dad told me become the top 10% of whatever you do, and you'll never have to worry about a job. And guess what I did? After I became a full-time single parent and I went back to school, I became that top 10% of whatever I do, and now I do whatever fucking job I want from my home.
No, 100%. That's.
But yeah, so what am I doing? I'm making silly YouTube videos because I just like to have a good time, and the world needs comedy. I don't think there's enough of it, and that's all I'm here for. And I'm playing video games.
Honestly, everyone in the community, everyone in this chat, you got to follow this motherfucker. He's hella funny.
Please.
I'm telling you.
If you guys don't follow Endless One Up,
he is crazy. He's the best, and he's intelligent and all of that. It's funny.
Yeah,
you are too, sir.
Papa Brad, you've been awfully quiet tonight. Tell us where we can find you and what you have going on in the future.
You can just find me at Papa Brad's Gaming. Probably more crazy arcade tours. Probably popping in some more events. Definitely going to cover all the home arcade stuff. That's what I love. So
all right, and last but certainly not least, well, actually second to last because but not least, of course, my good friend RetroRalph. Where can we find you, and what do you have coming up next, brother?
Thanks for having me again. Well, the impromptu.
Well, I would have you on as much as you want. I mean, for real.
You and I,
we've got a lot of stuff we got to talk about.
You and I need to talk about the new Rocky director's cut. You got to.
We need to talk about. I'm actually doing a show on that next Tuesday. If you want to join.
I would love to join. Actually, I already did one podcast on it because I'm addicted to Rocky.
All right, well, I'll send you the link because we're gonna
YouTube RetroRalph on YouTube and Right now, I don't really have many plans right now. Right now, I'm just kind of chilling.
Next Tuesday you'll be on the ZodWriter show next Tuesday because we'll be talking about Rocky 4.
There's an interview coming out tomorrow with Doc Mack, the owner of Galloping Ghost Arcade, so that'll be on the channel tomorrow.
Oh damn!
Awesome.
The arcade was dope, by the way.
Great.
Yeah,
best arcade I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, the reason why that place is great though is it's not even because of all the machines they have. It's because it so has the dingy arcade vibe. Like it's not like you know how you go into like a newer barcade and it's all fancy and stuff. It feels like you're in a dingy arcade just with a zillion games. So
yeah, but with rare ass games.
Yes, very rare
Can I
games.
ask something real quick?
It smells like one too.
If you have audio sampling, Ralph, if you have like a minute audio sampling of just noise in there, I will buy it for 99 cents and turn it into a ringtone.
I wouldn't have you buy it. I can give you a couple of files and stuff if you want to take it.
He'll hook you up.
There's a couple of things where we weren't talking and the camera was just running, so you could probably just take that.
That'd be so
for sure.
cool.
Awesome. So yeah, definitely next Tuesday, Ralph. I'll have you.
That'd be fun, dude.
And
I do not want to know what Zohar has. ConsoleFanboy.
And I just wanted to say, last but certainly not least,
oh no,
ConsoleFanboy.
Did you see it? No, just kidding. I'm ConsoleFanboy. I'm a master of satirical comedy that get people blood hurt and in my private messages all day long. Please don't message me privately if I talk about you or if I do any parody, impressions, or opinions about you. I actually have a life, so if you can't handle it, get the fuck out of the kitchen, and then that's it. Oh, and I'm dropping 2 more videos.
Oh no.
Some classics. Oh my god. That's hilarious.
This is the kind of thing, the kind of content you can expect from ConsoleFanboy.
Hell yeah,
Please
baby.
hit the like and subscribe button. It
Honesty,
has great
baby.
games like
Honesty.
10-yard fight.
Honesty.
Honesty.
I want a 10-yard fight cabinet.
Honesty.
I would buy that maybe.
Honesty.
You can buy this game for $29.99.
Honesty. I only see you. Alright, enough of that shit. Alright, cut it.
No, that's one of the best parts.
And like my video.
Anyway, also big shout out. Stop, guys. Okay, thank you. Don't worry, I won't delete my channel. Because you guys are insulting me, I will not delete my channel. Don't worry.
I will not delete my channel.
Oh, that's not bad. Actually. That's not bad.
I like Chris.
Big shout out to Overthink Gaming. Overthink Gaming, OT side piece. That guy has a dope ass video right now. Please go watch it. Please support him.
Is it live right now?
I watched it already.
Oh,
He put me over. I watched it already.
Was it good?
Hell yeah.
Okay, of course he does great content.
Anybody who keeps it a buck is great. Like any
YouTuber that keeps it honest, raw, and unique, I really appreciate and respect. So shout out to my man Overthink Gaming, OT side piece, and support everybody.
And shout out to all of you. This panel has been incredible. Oh my god,
These
it's
are
the
all
best.
cool people.
Best.
This has been fun. Hey guys, you know what? I'm just kidding. If don't get offended by what I say. I'm just fucking around, guys.
He's not.
Don't get fucking around,
He's not
guys.
taking it seriously.
Yeah, don't take me seriously.
Please get offended with what I say. Please get offended with what I say.
You know me.
See, wait, ConsoleFanboy, you can't say that, bro. You can't say get offended because then when people get offended, then you get videos.
No,
and then when
keep
you
it
get
on the
videos,
YouTube though. Keep it on YouTube though. Keep it on YouTube, not in my personal.
Oh my gosh.
Keep it rolling. That's all.
Yeah, like don't be sending this to my grandma copies of my videos. She already watches them.
I swear to God, Zod, if I don't get at least 3 subs from this, and if people don't sub to Endless What Up, I'm making a video of every one of you motherfuckers tomorrow. People don't sub to Endless What Up.
Where's my phone? I'm gonna go unsub.
So who wants the 19-inch out of you reviewers? Who
I
wants
got a
the
19-inch for you.
Ralph, what were you gonna say? I heard
I
the name,
do.
Ralph.
I wanted you to say, just do like, because Vlad is, I'm assuming is Russian. Say like, comment, and subscribe on my videos in Russian. I want to see what that sounds like.
Пожалуйста, идти на мой channel. I don't know how to say channel. Пожалуйста, идти на мой channel и бей мою мать.
I don't think that was Russian, actually.
It was. I just told him if you don't go on my channel, I will fuck your mother. That's what I said.
Damn, you said that?
She's been wanting some a lot lately.
Wow, hey, that's more material for me, more views. Maybe I'll get 4 subs. Maybe I'll get 4 subs.
You know what's so funny? All the people that have been watching this stream and all the things we got, we only have 17 likes and we got 2 dislikes, and I know where those dislikes have come from, so that's cool.
All by one person.
Yeah.
No, one person.
Jay didn't dislike it.
No, not Jay.
No,
the guy who's also Sharon Peters, by the way.
Yeah.
She better be real because she said I was cute.
Wait, are we still live? Holy shit, are we still live?
Yeah, we are, dude.
Yeah,
We're
bro.
at the show right
Yeah.
now. We're at the 3-hour mark. You know what? We
Oh
should
my
just
God.
make it to the full 3-hour mark.
No, go 4. I haven't.
3 days later.
3 days. Yes. Well, I mean, I was gonna wrap it up, but you know.
We're gonna marathon.
Screw it, yeah, whatever. I got out of bed for this. Screw it.
Got out of bed for this.
So hey, Zod, tomorrow you're gonna wake up. You're gonna have so many subs. You're gonna have a lot of subs.
Supposed to be working today.
You know, I was wondering, you know, Console Kits, you're commenting. You can jump on too, man. It's a big party. You can come on for the last 10 minutes.
It was Console Kid's fault, man, that this whole ruckus happened, dude.
What?
Let's keep him out of it.
I want to have full blame. I want to have the blame for everything.
Pure gold.
Oh,
people don't even know what they've missed out on.
This has been a great stream.
So much fun.
Everyone, don't show Scott this stream, though. I'm in trouble.
I was gonna say when
Scott,
I was trying to
why would you say that to incriminate yourself? Now,
I know, right?
4 minute video tomorrow. You know what I mean? Like, don't show Scott the screen. Yo, meanwhile, yeah.
Don't show.
Scott can join the stream too.
No.
He can join.
He already talked to me about this, man. I'm in trouble.
Wait, he already talked to you tonight while you were on it?
No, not tonight.
Anything? Are you just being? You were just being honest and
no, it's because that bloody D-back guy like pissed me off in the chat, and sometimes
and you know what? You handled it. You handled it good. You handled it good. You just asked him questions. He didn't have any answers for you. What do you want?
No, you know, I'm just.
Well, next time it happens, you can tag me in.
Can you?
I'll go give him noogies.
Can you please?
It'll be done with.
He likes.
Though.
I just want to know where. I just want to know where Akuma Rev was tonight.
Why did I spend
Akuma Rev was at home. He was commentating this whole thing. I bet you from his house.
No. Akuma Rev is currently training his wife for that ass whooping she's catching tomorrow.
She did have a good.
She did. Her promo was nice. Yeah, it was nice.
I will crush you.
Yeah, no, I definitely acknowledge it.
I loved it.
It was great.
New sensation, 5150. She will crush you, dude.
And she's smart too. That girl's a lawyer.
Yeah. They're both smart.
Dude.
Those freaking
Oh,
people.
smart.
Oh my God, John! I'm gonna need a lawyer. Actually,
you may.
You may.
I have a good one for you. I have a good one for you.
I have. Well, you know, I have like
Get that guy
15
on the
lawyers in my
motorcycle
family.
poster.
Hey, is OTG's video really out?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's 18 minutes long though. It's 18
What you
minutes
guys
long.
think?
Better watch it. Watch it
Spot
before.
impressions. Is it too long?
Hold on. Watch it before he gets forced to delete it. Just watch it before he gets forced.
I work in the TV and film industry. All your fucking YouTube videos are
Post
too long.
post the link. Post
tell you
the
what,
link in the post the link back.
Hey,
Quick edit.
live stream, guys. Live stream the video.
This takes 2 seconds.
Let me see.
Yeah, play this video.
Actually, it's in my
You want to live stream the video? I would die, Zod. Zod, I would die if you played this 18 minutes right now.
Okay, well, what you got to do is you got to send me the link so I can.
Hey, why don't we just play it right here, right now? Let's play it right now.
Actually,
and
that
do a live
may
reaction
be
video.
There's your link.
Somebody,
oh my God.
somebody play the video
This
and I'll
would be
share
like
your screen.
Inception. Dream within a dream. Video within a video.
Oh, I dropped it in the chat if you guys want to play the video. It's right there.
But should we
Ralph,
like,
you look
put it
scared,
on
man.
here for
What's
18
going on,
minutes?
Ralph?
Oh, I definitely downloaded it.
It's gonna seem like I want to go because you're playing the video, but I thought we were all leaving, so I was kind of getting ready to exit, you know. But now it's gonna look like I'm exiting because you're playing the video. So now it looks like I feel uncomfortable.
Okay, Larry David, it's okay.
Okay, we don't have to do that because I don't want to put anyone in that position. But I'll tell you,
Yeah, man, I do the same thing. It's okay.
Where's the link to the video? Because I'll watch the video after the
private chat.
Love you the same.
We'll watch the video after this.
Exactly. I mean, Dan, you made a great point.
No,
It's
you
like,
guys can
know
play
what?
it if you
It's
want.
like
It doesn't matter to me.
People take this shit too seriously.
So
you know?
what's the Cliff Notes summary of what? Because I heard a little bit about it. And he's like hating on that Rainwater dude that he's a liar or whatever. So what's it about? What's like the main thing?
I don't know the guy.
Yeah.
Sounds like a great guy. Sounds like a great guy though.
No, so you want me to share my screen?
Just don't offer him.
Share your screen and we'll
don't
go.
offer him any criticisms at all. Okay? Other than that, he's a pretty chill dude.
How do I do this without?
Well,
will it play
so
the
Dan
audio?
is really
also?
doing this. Dan, you really doing this?
Dan, this is gonna get fucking crazy, man.
Oh,
Ralph
never
is
mind. I
gone.
can't find the video. It's gone.
Okay,
Well, what's the
Disappeared.
context? What's the context before I start watching this
If
video?
these smart motherfuckers don't want to share the shit, I'm not sharing this
It's
shit.
such a long story.
Oh, for the love of Jiminy
Is
Cricket!
it really?
He's
It's a
gonna
long
do
It's
it.
story.
such a long story.
Oh, for the
It's
love
such a
of
long
Jiminy
story.
Cricket, dude. Share
It is a long story. I feel like
whatever.
this is a smarter decision.
All right. Well, I'm not commenting. I'm just listening. All right.
I just wanna. I may cry of joy,
Well,
tears
we
of
can all
joy.
just,
Are you guys really that afraid? Like really?
No, I'm not afraid at all.
I don't even know what this is.
All right,
about.
here we go.
All right then, whatever.
Hey,
Let it rock.
I've never seen this video before, so I
I've
ain't gonna
never
comment.
either.
I've
never
seen
either.
2 minutes of it.
Yo,
Okay, let's go, let's go.
World premiere.
World premiere. There's no audio, dude.
OTG, man, look at him.
No, you got to
No
share.
audio.
I guess you got to share your
He
audio.
keeps it real though.
Oh, do I gotta share the audio?
No audio,
Oh,
bro.
No audio.
hold on. How the hell?
gonna
did
tell
you
you
Hey,
do that?
that's what it looks like.
This
Go
guy
find it
is
and
a
watch
joke.
it on your own.
Yeah, it's there.
Whatever.
I'll do the dub if you don't get the
Oh
audio.
yeah. We'll just
Have you
Yeah,
seen
I'll do
OTG's
it.
real
I'll do the
channel?
voiceover. You ready? We'll go back.
Have you seen
Go back and
OTG's
play.
real
I'll
channel
just do
though?
voiceover.
OTG's real channel, man. He's got some hype videos on that one.
He's a real drama channel. I'm just trying to be a drama channel. He's the real.
But OTG keeps it cool though. He's fair, but like I don't know about this. I haven't seen this.
I haven't seen it either, but it came out late.
Zod, in
You
the
know
interest
what
of
I
your channel,
wanna talk
it's
about?
probably not a
Not
good
this
idea you
anymore.
play this. Now that I'm sitting here thinking about that, it's probably
Yeah.
not a good idea.
Yeah,
All right. Well,
probably not.
I'll
Yeah.
just watch it after. Watch it.
shit.
After.
Now I want to watch it.
That was your teaser. That was your teaser.
Mike, you're right.
Well, thanks for the link because I'm going to check it out after this thing.
Yeah,
All
we'll
right,
check
so
it
we're-
out.
we're
And so
coming
with
to the
that, we'll go
3-hour
ahead
mark.
and we'll end this now since we're coming to the 3-hour
Good.
mark.
I didn't have to send. I was about to say send my thanks again for having me, Zod. I gotta go.
Guys.
but now I don't have to.
Guys, this has been great. Now you don't have to. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Thank you, everybody on the panel. This has been wonderful. Good night.
Yep.
Thanks,
Peace,
everybody.
guys.